Poo. It's solid poo joke.
Texting. We are back, America.
Favorite.
You just missed the greatest one-liner ever.
Yeah.
By the one Tom Izzo.
Yep. Not.
I'd almost have him repeat it, but we'd not be able to continue the segment. We'd be laughing so hard. In any event, the redoubtable one, the highly questionable one, the fixture. We are back. Segment 2. We're going to talk football and basketball. We're going to start in the NBA. A certain green teamer got a shit ton of money about 24 hours ago. Celtic Nation is up in arms. They are split. I don't know if it's down the middle, but trust me, I tell you, there's a lot of pissed off Celtic fans up there right now. Not because they don't like the guy, but at $304 million for a guy who's never won a damn thing, for a guy who can't go left, for a guy who's a career 72% foul shooter and he's a fucking guard, for a guy who got outplayed by a free agent in Game 7, undrafted free agent in Game 7 on his own turf to the tune of 8 turnovers.
I think RJ
things have changed.
He does like him.
Things have changed, America. Now it's not about earning it; it's about the potential to earn it. So, look.
Well, I mean, that's good for us because when you think about the potential we have to generate a revenue stream off of this show, I mean,
absolutely,
we should all be making what?
We should be farting through silk.
$3 million a pop.
Didn't you name your boat already? I got to name my yacht next week. Anyway, look it. I don't know where these two stand on it, but we're gonna get their takes on it. But
I want to hear your take on it.
My take is very simple.
I think we already know that one.
I said he was worth $230 million maximum. And I'll tell you, there's 2 reasons for that. One, he proved in Game 7 he wasn't the guy because the guy doesn't do what he did in Game 7. Not when his team needs him most. That's number one. Number two, he's never improved in certain areas. He's had the turnover problem since he got here. He's a 7-year vet now. This is no rookie. He may be young still, but he's been around since he's 19 years old. So I'm not questioning his talent. He's as talented as any wing in the NBA, physically speaking. And when he decides to play defense, he's amazing at that, okay? But the fact that I'm looking at an NBA guard, and I keep hearing how much more skilled this fucking league is, yet they've got an all-NBA guard who shoots 72% from the line. I can name you 8 centers from the fucking 80s who shoot better than this idiot from the foul line. So don't tell me the skill is better. That's a fucking joke. Oh, by the way, he can't dribble with his left hand.
That's a problem.
How the fuck are you in the NBA and you can't dribble with your left hand without looking at it? My son has that problem. He's fucking 9.
He's that good with his right
9.
hand. He's literally that good with his
He had
right
8
hand.
turnovers in the game.
So let me interject.
Is he worth? Did I want to keep him? Yes. At that price? No.
So let me interject. Like I think you have to pay him the money now. That's the way it goes. Like
they obviously did.
Yeah, I mean that's the way it goes. Like, and the other question.
So you're saying you don't feel like they had a choice?
Oh yeah, they did because at 230, the next closest team would have been $50 million less. And now you're going to tell me this guy would have taken a $50 million pay cut to make a point? No.
I'm not making $1 down the road when he gets.
I'm saying they could have got him at 4 years, 230.
Anyways, I think the other thing is like start thinking about the other players that you would give that to in the league. Where does he rank?
He's not better.
He's number 1 paid now, right?
He's not better than Jokic. He's not better than Giannis. He's not better than the guy on his own team, Tatum. He's not better than Durant. He's not better than Devin Booker, who averaged 33 points a game in the playoffs. He's not better than him. Okay, he's not. I don't know that he's better than Murray, the point guard from Denver. He's not better than Steph.
LeBron.
He's not better than LeBron. He's not better than Steph. He's no way is he worth this money.
So you think he's
no way?
You think he's better than Jaylen Brunson?
I'm asking.
Yeah,
I think he might be better than Jaylen Brunson.
He's better than me, but I got news for you. That's closer than you think.
It depends on what you want.
If you swap Jaylen Brunson with Jaylen Brown, the Knicks would be worse.
Yeah, because he's not.
Because Brunson is kind of
Brunson's a point guard.
That team.
Brunson runs that offense. Jaylen Brown couldn't do that.
I read something the other day that was talking about Donovan Mitchell, saying like he's not long for the Cavs, and I think everybody is thinking that, all right, like once he hits this point where he can get out, he's headed to the Knicks. What do you think about that? Is he New York bound, Donovan Mitchell?
I mean, he loves New York. I think
right.
Why didn't he go there?
He's a Met. Well, because they wouldn't trade him.
Yeah.
Remember? Danny Ainge wouldn't trade him
to New York. Oh, the Knicks wouldn't give him.
Well, because he was like, give us 6 first-round picks.
Of course.
And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, he got it from the Cavs, right?
Yeah.
Right. And then the Cavs gave him something. So he loves New York. He's a big Mets fan. He's always at Mets games.
But he's 2 years left on his deal, right?
Yeah.
Is that what he has left?
So really, he becomes tradable at 1.
Yeah.
Because once he starts barking, I'm not taking a contract. All of a sudden, everybody's calling, right? And they're saying, "Hey, what will you take for him?"
But I don't know. Him and Brunson, I I guess that could potentially work.
Why couldn't Brunson and Mitchell work?
Because they both basically
They both kinda dominate the ball,
They're both
right?
ball dominant guards.
Yeah, but
That's
who
the
else
problem.
who would you rather have the ball in their hands?
Brunson.
Or no, I'm talking about like obviously, but I'm saying like Mitchell or Randall, Mitchell or anybody else.
Well, I don't
other
know if
than-
Randall's going
Oh,
to
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, because Randall wants to be ball dominant too.
And you're like,
And you're
but
like,
you're not.
fucking don't do
But the
that.
difference is Randall doesn't have the handle that Donovan Mitchell has.
That's right.
so Donovan Mitchell has a case. Randall doesn't.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So what do you think, Donovan
So
Mitchell?
maybe that could work. That's
Would
kind
you
of
want
like
it?
Dame and Jimmy Butler in
Do you
Miami.
want it?
I mean, at
If
what
you're
cost?
a Knicks fan, are you
At what
excited about
cost?
if he comes over as a free agent?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, I wouldn't.
I mean,
Of course.
what I would say, and I said this on all the Celtics sites already. Look,
So my
for this deal to be worth it,
Yeah.
The Jaylen Brown deal?
yeah, he's going to win 3 titles in the next 5 years.
That's not gonna happen.
So
I know it's not going to happen. He's not worth that money.
So is Donovan Mitchell worth more money than Jaylen Brown? That's a great question, right? That's
That's a tough one. It's close.
I think it is. I think he is.
close.
I think
Donovan
he's
Mitchell's
better,
worth
yeah.
more money than Jaylen Brown.
he's
I think he's better than
than
Jaylen Brown. I put Jaylen Brown's top 15, but I don't think he's top 10.
Well,
Do you
you're
think-
saying top 20 almost.
I think he's top 15, but all the guys
Well,
I listed,
you already
about,
named like
I mean,
you
I
already
listed
named
8 guys.
Yeah, you probably and then Tommy
guys.
listed probably another.
Who?
8
We talked
guys.
about one guy, Jalen Brunson, and that's it. I think he's top 15, but I think he's 13 to 15 somewhere. In there.
No. We were
So
talking
where do
about-
you
we were
think
talking about
Donovan Mitchell is?
I'm talking about Jalen Brown still.
Right.
Yeah,
but
you
where do
said Brunson. You meant Brown. Sorry, you confused me for a second.
So.
Yeah, you were saying, do we think Jaylen Brown's worth more money than Donovan Mitchell? And we both said
Yeah.
we think
Donovan Mitchell's worth
Worth more
more.
than Jaylen Brown.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Because he can dribble with his left hand, right there.
He can run an offense.
He can run an offense. Jalen Brown can't run shit. Jalen Brown is a slasher. He gets the ball on the wing and he makes a move and he goes.
But I wonder what
What's Mitchell's
Mitchell
defense look
like?
compared to Jaylen Brown?
I really don't. I don't think he's a great defender.
Brown's a better defender. I'll give you that.
Because
But I'm just saying.
Brunson was eating him up.
But Donovan Mitchell's at like an 86% foul shooter. Listen, 72% from the foul line is awful if you're a guard.
That's pretty
That's
bad.
awful. That's where you can't.
So
that's-
he's a 2
He's a 2.
So Donovan Mitchell, good comparison. Any other good comparisons? And let's
to
look at
Jaylen Brown.
and let's look at the money that Donovan Mitchell per year is getting,
I don't know.
because that's really what we're talking
wanna
about.
look it
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's not.
Did he get a max deal? But was he on a max deal?
All these guys have got
No, like
max
when
deals
Phoenix
it was a
traded
max
him,
deal.
was he? But
You
had
mean
Phoenix giving him a
Utah?
max contract? Or Utah rather.
Yeah.
Had Utah given him a
I
max
think they
deal?
had.
Because he got traded
I
on.
think they had.
Okay.
Because he's on his second contract right now
Okay.
with the Cavs, right?
I thought it was still going on, and they traded. Because when you make a trade and they're still under contract, you've got to trade to get the contract.
Right.
to
But it
match
was
up.
his second contract that he was on when they traded him. I think.
With-
right. With
I don't
Utah. He wasn't on his
Maybe, I don't
rookie
know.
deal,
How
right?
old? Wait, find how old he is. You know how old he is?
Or do you think that
It would
the
depend on how old
Cavs
he is.
signed him to a supermax when they got him? I don't think that happened.
I think he got it in Utah.
Right.
I
So
think.
it was his second contract.
If he got it, I don't know how old he is.
I don't think your guys in the top whatever. Well, maybe they don't have his contract in here.
I'm
We're
talking,
looking for Jaylen Brown. Where's Jaylen Brown's deal?
We already know what he's getting.
we know what he's getting.
Okay, what's he getting a year?
300. Well, a year, 60 million.
60 million.
Well, it starts at like 53,
Yeah, it goes
and by
up.
the end of it, it's at 69.
Well, right
Over
now
the course
this
of it,
says
the average.
Yeah.
23-24. Steph Curry's at 51.9.
Worth
Kevin Durant's at 47.6.
it. Worth it.
Jokic 47.
Worth it.
LeBron 47.
Worth
Embiid
it.
47.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal 40.
All those guys. except for
Bradley Beal?
He's not better than Jalen Brown. He's not.
Okay, yeah, exactly right.
He's not.
So really
But that's
that
one
is-
guy.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's the sixth guy.
Okay, so then who else?
Yeah.
So
comes?
wait, Paul George,
He's better than Paul George.
Kawhi Leonard.
Nope. He's not better.
But Kawhi never plays, so I'd rather have
Kawhi's
Jaylen
been a
Brown.
Finals MVP.
I know, but I
He's
would
better.
rather have Jaylen Brown. Because Kawhi is not going to be there at the end of the season.
I'm just saying who's better. Not who you
Yeah,
rather
no,
have.
okay.
They got Giannis.
But you have
they
to
got
think
Giannis
about-
at 45. Now you have to remember this
Giannis
isn't by
is-
best; it's
yeah.
by salary.
Yeah, Giannis is way better.
Yeah,
Giannis
Giannis
is-
is in
Giannis
the
should be
we
up
know
there
where
with
he
all
is.
those
That's not
guys.
even Damon Lillard.
Yeah, he's better.
Damon Lillard's 45 million.
Yeah, he's better than him.
I think I'd rather, right now, I think I'd rather.
Yeah, it's
have
not about
Jaylen
who's
Brown.
age-wise, who you'd rather have, because they're right now he's better
Jimmy
player.
Butler's 45 million.
Jimmy Butler's clearly better than him.
Klay Thompson, Rudy Gobert,
I'd rather
Fred
have him.
Van Fleet.
I like,
rather
I
have-
like him better than Clay.
Oh, yeah, Clay's a one. Clay can't play to you anymore. If he ever could. But Jalen is better than Clay right now. Clay's a better shooter. But the rest of the game, Jalen's better.
I'd rather have Jaylen.
Ben Simmons at 30.
All right, that
38 million. Oh, Lord.
at least Ben can't turn it over.
Cool. Yeah, it's hard to give the other team the ball from the bench.
At least Ben's no threat to turn the ball
Unless
over
he's
every time.
trading with another team, autograph memorabilia to save later.
Ben Simmons has more value than Jaylen Brown by not playing.
Yeah, he can work a second job. Like that.
He can.
He's an analyst.
He's
and
not
a
better
player.
than. He's obviously not better than Tatum. He's. I'd say he's between 13 and 15 as a player in the league.
There we go.
So, but I wanted him back.
Well, but it's also
But
is it a
you
different
could've-
cap? Is it the first deal on a different cap or something?
Look,
like that?
clearly they have the money to do this, or they wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So the thing is, if you're going to pay a guy that amount of money, championships plural better be coming, because honestly, that's the only way you can justify that deal. Because by the way, you know how hard it's going to be to build a roster now, because you know what Tatum's going to get.
Yeah, well, Tatum's
going to get more than him, so now you're going to tie out.
Tatum should get
See how
whatever
much of your
70% is going to be in them.
between those two. So you got to be able to fill out this roster. Now look, I think Stevens can do it. He's smart, but the thing is, if you pay a guy $300 million,
Well,
they're going to be paying two guys between $300 and $400 million.
And what's Porzingis getting? 27, 28 a year.
He got an
but
extension
it's
for
not long
30.
term.
He's got 3-year deal, $30 million extension.
3-year, 30.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That
So
is a
that's
lot.
because Tatum's thing is in 2 years,
So you got Tatum, Brown.
and right now in him, Porzingis.
Unicorn.
So and look, they
Do you
have
want
the
him to
current
do good
roster
or
now,
fail in Boston?
He wants
What's
him to
your
fail.
feelings?
which I don't blame him.
Be honest. Tell the truth. America's watching.
Be honest. it's all
So
you got
I've
left.
started rooting for the Celtics now that,
Now you listen to me
RJ
cry about him.
now that RJ and I started
How do you
talking.
root for the Celtics?
Yeah,
Carl?
you can't. You're a New
straight
Yorker.
up
That's
throwing
like me
up-
rooting for New York. I
Throwing
can't
up
do
in
it.
your
I
mouth.
respect
No,
him.
I don't have the hate that you have.
I know you don't. It's terrible. It's
And
depressing.
look, I grew up a Knicks fan in the 90s.
I know you got a lot of hate in you.
The Celtics
I-
were irrelevant.
I don't.
The
I can't
Celtics,
stand the
the
Celtics.
Celtics were irrelevant.
You're a
when the
Philly
Knicks-
fan. You shouldn't. That's a
Look.
rivalry.
The Celtics were irrelevant when the Knicks were good, when I was growing up. So I never built up a hatred for them. And the Knicks have stunk forever. So I don't have the same affinity towards them.
How do you not
So-
hate on Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce
Dude,
on
that
the
was
same
I
team?
liked watching that.
Oh my God!
I was so bored as a Knicks fan at that
The only
point.
guy on that team that I can stomach remotely.
That's
is
why
Ray
I
Allen.
started-
I can give
That's
you a
why-
million reasons to hate the Celtics.
That's why I liked LeBron. The Knicks offered me nothing for 20 years.
You know,
So when
Yeah.
those guys came together on the Celtics, I was like, oh, that's cool.
wait, what about Allen Houston? Just kidding.
Yeah. Well, he actually took them to a finals.
Yeah, I know. I'm
He
saying
did.
he was
Spreewell.
Yeah.
Spreewell was filthy back then.
Sprewell was amazing.
When he was with
The only
Golden
thing
State,
I-
he was
The fact that he choked out Carlissimo, that's so
The
so
only
awesome.
Nick,
A lot of
the
people
only
want to check
Nick
out
I
Carlissimo.
ever think about is oh shit, I just forgot the name. Larry Johnson.
Yeah, my grandmama.
Yeah.
Dude, but he wasn't Grandma Ma when he came to the Knicks.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was.
That's what sucked.
He was grandma washed up.
He was Grandma 3-pointer.
Yeah, he was. He chucked a lot. Of threes.
Yeah. But you remember when he had that 4-point play in the playoffs?
No, I do not.
You should have was the only 3-pointer
Tell
hit
me
in the
all about
playoffs.
it. Tell me all about it. 'Cause I know you want to.
No, but Larry Johnson, he wasn't a great Knick the way he was,
In Charlotte, he was a
Charlotte,
beast.
He was fucking dominant.
When him and Alonzo were together,
Yeah.
they were.
Well, he was
nasty.
fun to watch at UNLV.
That was the one time Charlotte was actually legitimately good.
Those teams were my favorite college
And they
basketball
had
teams.
Curry's
of all
dad,
time.
Del Curry
Yeah.
out shooting on the outside, Muggsy Bogues. They had, I'll tell you,
Yeah, they had a
Glenn
good team.
Rice. They had, Charlotte had some squads.
I used to like Glenn Rice.
Yeah, Charlotte had some
Are we gonna
squads.
do the? Are we gonna give the bon voyage to the greatest player of all time, the worst GM of all time?
Who? Oh, you want to rip MJ?
I want to rip MJ. I love MJ. He wants to rip MJ. He's the one that can't stand MJ.
I mean, he bought the team for $275 million.
I mean, he made a.
So
So
Boatload
same
of
reason
cash.
you like MJ is why I like LeBron, because the Sixers sucked in the 90s. So you could love another guy.
I loved Iverson crossing over MJ.
No, they were good,
I
and
love
you
that,
loved
yeah.
him too. But I'm saying, in the night when Jordan was on his run, the Sixers were so irrelevant. You could
Yeah.
you could fall
well,
in love
Barkley
with Jordan.
left. That's why
We were
Barkley,
awful.
when Barkley
We got
left.
Clarence Witherspoon and
Didn't Derek Coleman play?
yeah,
for y'all?
That was
Derek
later,
Coleman
right?
played for us.
He was drafted by the Nets.
He was a net, but
Yeah.
when he played for us, he
He
wasn't
was
good.
older.
Dude. Trivia question for you guys:
Yeah. Okay. This is interesting.
Who's the only player to dunk on Shaquille O'Neal in a game?
No, Shaquille O'Neal got dunked on more than once.
There's only one.
No,
Yeah, they talked
No,
about it. They
that's-
talked about it on TNT.
Was it a guard?
that's fact.
No, it was not a guard. They talked about it on TNT. They had all of them on there. Kenny the Jet. They all talked about the one time. Shaq was like, I wanted to go down as the only center ever to not get dunked on, and it happened to me one time.
Was it
somebody
Victor
like-
Wembanyama?
Was it somebody like Barkley?
It was Derek Coleman.
Derek Coleman, left-handed.
He said, yeah, Derek
Did he yoke
Coleman.
him with
He
the
goes, he
left?
was a lefty.
Yeah.
And he caught the ball in the lane, and
And
he got a step on me, and then he
Before
went
I
up,
could
and I
foul-
went up, and the
before I
next
could
thing
foul him, he'd
the
already
next thing
done
I
Tom
saw
Brady.
was the ball hit me right in the face, and then I looked up in the stands, and my mom and dad went like this.
Basically, what Shaq was saying there is, before I could foul him, he dunked on me.
Derek Coleman was a beast.
Shaq fouled on every play. Every
Shaq got
play.
fouled on every
yeah.
play.
He also did that, but he also fouled on every
He
play.
fouled a lot too. But again, if you're gonna let
Like,
you
if
gotta
you're
let him
gonna-
play on both ends.
You watch that 2001 finals?
You gotta let him play on both
He's
ends.
destroying Matumbo with an elbow.
Dude, when he used to back guys in like
yeah, his elbow
violently,
was like-
he would back guys in
crushing.
violently and then be like, bam! And it was just
I
like,
mean-
holy
And you're waiting for the
shit.
ref to like call the foul on the rim, and you're like, Jesus.
He,
Oh man, I
he
couldn't
was,
imagine guarding him.
he was
I would-
an incredibly large man who was incredibly fast.
Strong and had good feet.
But he got undressed a few times. Hakeem Olajuwon was one of them who embarrassed him.
Hakeem was like a fucking ballet dancer.
Hakeem Olajuwon, it's him, Jabbar, and McHale, three best low post players in terms of moves I've ever seen. Those three guys. They could score. McHale would score off double teams without traveling. And Jabbar could shoot a left-handed skyhook from 15 fucking feet away. Left-handed? You fucking break.
Yeah, I think he
Like,
might be, honestly, like when you really think
Kareem
about
was
it, like
filthy.
he might be one of those players that gets like left out.
Kareem does not get
Now,
talked about enough.
Yeah.
How does a six-time league MVP get left? It's amazing. But you're right. He
'Cause
does.
it's-
Because you know why?
How many
Because
rings
Magic
did he
Johnson
have?
was
How
he's
many
got
points
six.
did he
Long
have?
time ago.
38,000. He was the dude for 40. He held that record for
So-
40 years.
So I would
The
say that.
further away from him we get,
No.
the less he'll get talked about.
So that's kind
That's
of.
just what happens.
I
I'm
feel
just
like
saying-
that's kind of like
Well, people
where
s-
LeBron will be.
No, they'll talk about LeBron forever.
No, I don't
think
think
they
so.
will.
I think LeBron is more of a Kareem, because the next Jordan, you don't talk about LeBron anymore.
Is there going to be a next Jordan? I don't know.
There's always a next.
See, I
I've
don't
heard the
know.
next Jordan about 30 times. I've never said
So
yet to
here's
see
the
it.
difference. The world is different now.
No, that's true.
Information and video clips and
Ways to
history,
defend and-
it's like
Yeah.
it's all still here. Whereas like, I mean, sure you can go back and watch games that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar played in,
Yeah.
but it's like old ass clips a lot of the time.
Because he's old.
Right. It's so I think
Sure.
like so 50 years from now you'll still be able to look at what LeBron did.
Yeah, you'll be able to look at
You
what
know.
Kareem did.
Yeah,
And they're
but
going to talk about he's.
I don't know. What I'm saying is like LeBron's career is more similar to Kareem's than it is to Michael's.
Just based on
Based on what?
how good he is.
Longevity,
Longevity.
points.
Michael played
all
18
of it.
years. That's nothing to sneeze at.
But come on, like if there's
For
a
the
difference.
beating he took, 18 years?
Well, LeBron also. Michael didn't play as long as LeBron, and
Yeah, because he played in a more
and
physical
Michael
league.
Michael also played college ball. LeBron didn't.
Michael left for 2 years.
Well, and left for 2 years, and LeBron started when he was 18.
I'm saying Michael played 18
Like,
years
yeah.
despite leaving for 2 years and despite playing
But that's
2
why I'm
he
saying-
came out after his sophomore year. Despite playing
That's
2
why I'm
years of college.
saying. That's why I'm
I know,
saying.
but some of those Wizards years.
Yeah. Well,
like,
anyways, listen. That's why
at
I'm,
his age, he doesn't look the way LeBron looked.
No, but at 40
That's
years
the-
old,
that's the difference.
because he took a beating.
No, I'm not saying it makes LeBron better. I'm just saying like right now, LeBron looks like a player in their prime at some points.
Yeah.
Whereas at any point, you could put on a Wizards game and know Michael Jordan.
What was
not
the
at his
last couple years of Kareem?
prime. I have no clue.
Last year, he ended in the finals in '89. He lost to Detroit. He got swept. That was his last
That's
year.
amazing.
He was in the finals his last year.
Right.
21
So,
years later. He
Still
was still in the
good, still
finals.
good player, right?
If they're in the finals, I'd say he's
But
better
think
than
about
good.
like what I'm saying is like you have this
I know what you're saying.
amazing long career. LeBron has an amazing long career, right? But
Yeah.
it's not 6 titles and bright as can be like supernova burn.
Sure, I think LeBron's kind of supernova in my opinion, but I know a lot of people would argue with that
I would argue with that.
because of how many he's lost.
Yeah, I argue with
but
that.
like, I feel like he's been the player of this generation.
Kareem's been to 10
Sure.
finals. Kareem's 6-4 in the finals. Kareem went to 10 also.
Yeah.
Just like LeBron.
I mean, you can argue
he
that. I
won
mean,
more.
he won 6 of them instead of Kareem's
LeBron
6-4.
is
LeBron's
the
4-6.
player. LeBron is the player
I
of
mean, I
this
think you
generation.
could describe his career as a supernova. I mean, most hype player ever.
So what I'm
Has
saying
been
is,
like arguably the top player in the league for 2 decades.
top 5.
Yeah,
Six
you know what I'm
rings.
saying?
I mean,
That's
six-
pretty
this year he wasn't top
Six
5.
rings in
Sure,
8
I mean,
years
but-
burns pretty
but
bright.
still almost scored 30 a
Right?
game this
He
year.
did it? No,
you
he
know?
did
Six,
average 30
six
a game.
rings.
30?
6 rings in 8 years. That's pretty bright. What I'm saying is,
I
like,
get what you're saying.
they're
Michael
both
Jordan is the
sons
best ever.
or whatever.
I get it.
Yeah,
I understand what
whatever.
you're saying.
And I guess what I'm saying is more like Kareem. And so Kareem was eclipsed by Jordan, right? He was eclipsed by some others even before that. Like Kareem was kind
Well, you
of
were
eclipsed
saying
by
Magic.
Bird.
They were on the same team. That's why he didn't get talked about as much because Magic's the greatest point guard.
Right.
But like
So,
the
it's
80s.
People
kinda-
say, well, if you had Magic.
Well, this is the argument that I've always made is the thing is 2 of the top 6 players that ever played are on the same fucking team.
The other thing is
That's that simple.
the other
They
thing
are.
and
Two
they
of
talk
them.
about big
They are.
threes.
That's
and
that.
shit
2 of the
today.
top 6 players ever on the same fucking team.
But
It's like, are you kidding me?
And James Worthy.
Yeah, and then throw in him. So, I mean, like, no, I'm just saying that, like, that's what why
Then
you
it's
can't.
like you're not allowed to build
in terms
a
of
super
the
team.
in terms of the greatest of all time conversation, he doesn't get brought up because Magic Johnson was his teammate.
Right.
And vice versa with Magic. And
LeBron,
by the
you
way,
can't build a
that's a
super
fair
team.
argument because if Bird and Jordan were on the same team together, they would the same thing would happen to them. Because that's the
that would've been
equivalent.
interesting.
That's the
I
equivalent.
think you kind of had it. It's just Pippen was the perfect partner. Like
Oh my
literally.
God, Larry Bird.
No, I'm
Michael
saying,
Jordan
like,
would never have seen a double team again if Larry Bird was on the wing.
No, what I'm
never
saying is
again.
the reason Pippen was the perfect partner was because he wasn't Larry Bird. He was the perfect Batman as opposed to being
But-
like.
but I
Why?
think-
You could win. The Lakers won 5 titles
I
that way. You
I
could
think
win.
Bird would have been able to.
Bird's a
adapt to
great
Jordan.
passer
No, I'm
too.
not
Bird's a
saying
way
he
better
couldn't.
passer.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but I'm saying like Pippen was perfect in the role that he
Sure.
played.
I mean, they
Yeah.
won 6.
Yeah, they won 6 rings.
I'm
But I'm saying,
perfect in a role.
if you
Right.
put Bird,
Like,
who's
you'd
like
be
a point,
oh,
who's
this
the,
shirt fits.
Bird's the first point forward. He's like another guy. He's like another point guard out there, and he can shoot.
Yeah. Well.
Like Pippen was defense, finishing, go. That was his thing.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
arguing that, but that's
but-
why he was perfect alongside Jordan. Is what I'm saying. Like,
I think Bird would have been better.
That's
I don't
not
think
what
I'm alone
That's
on
not what
that.
I'm arguing.
Yeah.
So you're making an argument.
No, I'm
that
saying
doesn't really
I don't think
exist.
Pippen is
mean,
perfect. I think Bird would have been better.
He's saying
Bird
is
would
perfect.
have been perfect. Bird and Jordan. Oh my God.
But 2 people could be perfect.
What Kobe and Shaq is allowed, but Jordan and Bird's not.
It's always Bird. You're always. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because
I could be
everybody
like-
but you
I
includes
could
it.
be like. I could be like Serena Williams. You'd be like, I wish I could have
Let me
seen
make
Larry
this-
Bird
let me
play
make this-
doubles with Serena.
Let me make this so you can understand it. In the history of this game, there are 6
Christ.
players with multiple league MVPs,
God.
multiple titles, and multiple Finals MVPs. Bird is one of the 6.
Larry
The other
Bird.
5: Jordan, Magic, Jabbar, okay, Tim Duncan, and LeBron.
You know how
You gonna tell me that I'm off my rocker
you
here?
know how Larry Bird. You know how Larry Bird got to Boston and back home to Indiana every year.
He drove.
He walked on water both ways. Like, come on. He
could.
Like, Jesus.
No, not come on. I just gave you there are 6 guys in this game that have done that.
I'm
and,
sorry.
And one of them's the guy you
I'm
keep
sorry.
bashing. I'm gonna no.
He levitated and floated there.
He did.
Why are we having this argument?
Because he doesn't give Bird his due, and until he does, he's going to get it every time he flaps his gums.
He does. He's being a douche.
I always
And stop
give
being
Bird
a
his
douche. Don't even
dues.
stop. Bird,
I always
Bird
give
is-
him his dues.
Well,
Whatever.
I'm saying Bird would have been better than Pippen with Jordan.
And then he.
Give
floated.
me Larry Bird
I
at
think,
28.
I think
You're making an argument where it doesn't even need to be.
98% of people would say yes to what RJ
99.
And
You're
99.
fucking with it.
99. There's one guy. One guy, America.
whatever. But we're not even arguing that. But you said
No,
it's
we're
Bird
arguing
versus Pippen, and I'm saying
what
like,
we were really arguing was, is Jaylen Brown really that good? Do you think he's that good?
no.
Don't get me about the market. In your
No,
gut.
I think market wise they do it.
I
But
know.
no.
Forget that. The market. Do
What
you
is he
think he's
worth?
that good?
No.
Okay.
God, no. It's hard to watch.
It's hard to watch at times.
Yeah, the left hand
A
was.
guy who makes $304 million doesn't turn the ball over 8 times in a game 7 on his floor, and he's going to his left and he's a guard. A 3-hit, that guy doesn't do that.
Well, when it got hard to watch, I'm going to take this back. It wasn't hard to watch all the time. When it got really hard to watch was when Tatum wasn't on the floor. When there wasn't
That
a
was
ball
terrible.
handler
But that
on
was
the
his
floor.
chance.
But
That was
no,
his
I'm
chance to
saying-
prove he was
No, when
that,
there
worth
was
that
not
money.
a ball handler on the floor, that was the hardest. I know it's a
But
chance to
he
prove.
should have been a ball handler because he's supposed
When
to be
it was
a ball
him and Marcus Smart at
Oh,
the same
God, it
time,
was
it was
bad.
like, where is Tatum? Because somebody needs to run the
It was like
offense.
getting kicked in the balls watching that, like every 5
But that's why
minutes.
Smart is in Memphis.
Is in Memphis, yes.
But
So
why was he playing that lineup? God.
I don't know.
What else do you do? Who
What
else
do you mean?
handles
You
the ball?
got Derek White can handle the
Derek
ball.
White-
better than
Derek
him.
White did a great job.
was way better than Marcus Smart.
He did a way better
And
job. In
I
that.
mean,
You're right.
I know Pritchard talent-wise, but he can
Pritchard's a hell of a point guard.
Yeah, I don't know. I like
You
the
don't
right
leave
argument.
Jaylen Brown by yourself out there.
Peyton Pritchard or Derek White. Either one of them was an interruption. Either one of them would have been better.
But White, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Pritchard's going to get more playing time this year. Now the Smart's gone. You watch. Pritchard can play. Pritchard can play. He really can. Pritchard can play. And they should have used him more.
You don't think they're going to get another ball handler?
Nope.
You don't think
they're all set there.
drafted one.
They drafted another. They drafted a small forward to replace Grant Williams.
The
dude
they
from
drafted a point. No, they drafted a point guard.
They traded that pick like 5 times to get that guy.
Seriously?
Yeah, I showed you. He's 6'7".
I thought they drafted.
He's from Arkansas.
Who was
He's a
their second
defensive
pick?
juggernaut. They only got 1 pick.
Is his name Pippen?
He plays like him.
Central Arkansas.
Close. I mean,
Oh, Jordan Walsh.
Jordan Walsh, small forward.
That's right. But didn't they grab a guard? Wasn't
They
it?
originally drafted one, and that's when the
They
trade
traded him.
happened.
Okay.
And they traded for him, which I said on the show, Grant Williams is gone, and that's what happened. They were not
Because we
re-signing.
were on the show.
But why
when
would
they
you?
when
I
they
don't know,
grabbed when they grabbed the
Williams.
Grant Williams is a bum in shorter, and you're going to see this. He's a bum.
But he's not a.
Bum.
He's not a like a guy that you're like 50. Let me give.
He
this guy a
wanted
lot of
$20
money.
million a year.
Yeah, no.
Exactly. That's why he's gone.
but they paid him, right? Who
They paid him
Was
12.
it
Stanley's
Dallas?
paying him 12 something.
Was it Dallas?
Dallas. Yeah.
Oh God, Dallas. Oh God, Dallas.
Him and Cry Me.
They're together. Were they together before?
No.
No.
Cry Me never played. That's what I say.
He was never in the.
He was
building.
never in the building. No, they. I'll tell you right now that you're going to see. Here's the thing, and my buddy Ian, who we did the show up on the Cape, will tell you when these two, when you see them away from the Celtics, you're going to see them for the second tier players they really are. Tatum and Brown made them look better than they are. Trust me.
Made who look better?
Both Smart and this guy. Smart can still play defense if he chooses to. He's still a lockdown defender. But offensively, Marcus
I
Smart.
thought you were talking about Kyrie, and I was like, yeah.
No. I'm talking about Marcus Smart and Grant Williams.
I just don't understand Kyrie at all. Like,
I don't think anybody understands Kyrie.
if you watch him play, you're like, holy shit, his handle is disgusting.
That's why he's still in
The
the
way
league.
he finishes around the rim, oh my god. But then, it's like he's such a head case that you're like,
The best was when he went to the Mavericks, and then KD got traded, and he was like, "It'll be great now. We get to see each other more than we used to." It was like, you guys were on the same
fucking team.
What the fuck are you
You're in the
talking
same
about?
fucking team. Pretty sure they share the same locker room.
I'm pretty sure they did.
I just a hunch.
Yeah.
I mean, shit.
Although they never played at the same time.
Not
so
usually.
maybe
No.
not.
well, they didn't share a home locker room ever.
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah,
They
'cause
couldn't.
Kyrie wasn't
COVID.
vaxxed.
Yeah, because Kyrie didn't get the vax. So
Dude, but I never answered your question that you asked me if I want Porzingis to fail in Boston.
Yeah.
Because I started talking about how
Oh, yes.
I root for Boston now. Dude, we're going to bring the two cities together.
you think you and I are going to bring
That's
Boston?
right.
I would argue it on
And maybe one day
Tale of two cities.
we tie Philly in
two
there.
long-time
No.
rivals.
Philly's just going to be like its own little floating.
We just pull Philly in with a
F you
lifeboat and say,
forever.
look,
You missed it.
no, at some point we got to pull Philly in and go, hey, it's us against the world, okay? We've got, this is
They're
the
like, we
Northeast.
know that's our
This is
motto.
the
Stop trying to take our
Northeast.
fucking motto.
This is the Northeast. You don't have to be so hateful.
That'll probably work.
I think so.
But them and Baltimore can both agree.
I don't think Baltimore will. ever.
Baltimore's not Northeast.
Kind of is. It's the
They're a
same
different
metro.
beast. They're a
Same
different
metro.
beast. No, you're right.
I mean, DC's technically the
DC,
last northern
Baltimore,
city.
Baltimore
Philly.
is-
DC's the last northern city. DC is, which is
yeah,
south
but
of
I mean,
Baltimore.
but Baltimore's more northern.
Yeah, they're north. Yeah.
Baltimore is like a mix between Delaware and Philly.
Yeah.
So it is, you're right. It is. It is. You got to throw.
That's the whole metro area.
okay,
is like
so we
50
get
miles apart or
Baltimore,
something.
DC. Can't have Richmond, unfortunately. Richmond is southern,
Southern.
but we could be northeast, right?
No.
There's a lot of northeasterners here.
Nope.
Well, there's
I
a
mean,
lot of.
at where I work, the regions are broken down, and Richmond is part of the Northeast.
Well, okay, in that case, I guess.
So
like,
boom,
whatever. Like, there
we
you
all
go.
Northeast, baby. We got to come together and show you love.
Yeah, I don't know if
From
you could.
Richmond to fucking Rhode Island.
What is it? Maine or.
That is Maine the last
What's
one?
the
I don't know.
furthest northern point? It's in Maine somewhere, I'm sure.
It's
but-
beyond Point Sebago. No, it's north of that.
All right, so we'll just say from Richmond to New England.
From Richmond to Bangor,
I don't know what that is.
Bangor, Maine.
Maine,
Maine.
Portland, or wherever.
Point Sebago is north of it. Well, Point Sebago. You'll sound cool.
Point Sebago.
Point Sebago.
Okay, so I still haven't gone back to the fucking Porzingis question.
So do you want him to fail?
That's a fucked up question.
It's a
Because
yes.
if I say
It's a
yes,
yes, say
if I
yes.
say
Feel it. I
yes,
can
I'm a
just feel it.
douchebag.
But
No,
yeah,
it doesn't. You're a New
It means
Yorker.
you're honest. It means you're an
Yeah.
honest douchebag.
Yeah, I do. Okay, and I
You're
know
not a
that's-
douchebag. You're a New Yorker. You want the Knicks to win. The Celtics win
No,
the
no,
Knicks
no.
way.
It's not about that. I don't think the Knicks are going to beat them, even if Porzingis does fail. However, I hate the fact that he didn't do well for us. Then he went to Dallas.
He
didn't
did
do
good
well
for the
them.
Knicks until that whole meltdown.
He got hurt.
Yeah,
and
but
he couldn't play.
But then that meltdown didn't help either. With
What
the,
meltdown did he have?
The whole reason he was traded. Who was the guy that? I mean, the Knicks just imploded. And Dolan was throwing Oakley out. And it was COVID and blah 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 blah.
I don't know. See, they were irrelevant, so
They
I
had
wasn't
all
even
kinds
following them.
of. Dolan was being Dolan.
Dolan's
Yeah, I mean-
still being Dolan.
So yeah, I mean, I guess there is part of me that's rooting for him not to work out there.
Yeah.
But if it comes down to it in the playoffs and they're playing the Heat, I'm gonna be rooting. I'm gonna be rooting for the Celtics. They're
Well,
playing
yeah,
the Knicks.
you-
I'm
But
gonna
you,
be-
but
your
you want to
hatred for
see
Miami runs
you want to see the unicorn not be the unicorn. Is what you're saying? No unicorn stuff. Just be
Just
regular old
just
Kristaps.
be on the
What?
if you just be on
Just
the
be
court.
Kristaps.
Just
Is
by
he a
him being on the
unicorn?
court.
That's remember they used to call him the unicorn all the time when he was a Nick.
Somebody gave him that nickname. Somebody
The
famous gave him
unicorn.
that
The
nickname.
unicorn.
Kevin
all of a
Durant
sudden.
gave him the nickname.
The unicorn.
I thought it was Eric Zingas.
No, Kevin Durant gave
the
him the nickname
unicorn.
the
The
unicorn.
unicorn. All the time with that.
I don't know why, but
Well, he's imaginary.
What?
That's why.
I swear I saw him.
Yeah, I thought he was supposed to.
I saw
be on
him
the
holding a
team.
Celtics
No,
jersey.
He's just
recently.
in your imagination.
That guy wasn't real.
He's injured.
He's injured. He's already hurt.
I think that's.
I
what
think
could
Just
happen.
waiting to break the bad news.
Boston. I think the other reason that they had to do Jaylen Brown is they did Porzingis, and now it's time for them to win.
Look, they could have got him for 230. Is all I'm saying.
I mean, good thing we
And
kept
freed up-
Harden.
and
If
freed
that's
up more.
true, why didn't they do that?
They want. I'll tell you why. Because there's been a lot of speculation that because every time there's a trade rumor up there, his name comes up.
Yeah.
So the speculation was Jaylen Brown didn't think the organization believed in him.
What are
So
you
they
getting
went,
back
They
from
went
Jaylen?
there and
So they're
saying,
trying
not
to-
only do we believe in you, we're not only going to give you $295, we're going to give you an extra $9 million signing bonus on top, so it's $304.
Right.
That was a loud and clear
Well, I
message to
heard
him. We not only believe in you, we're going to make you the highest paid fucking
And
player.
you're
in the
gonna
league.
stay here,
I
please
heard
dribble
that
your
kicker
left hand
was
from
if
now
we
on.
trade you.
Now go to the
yeah.
fucking basketball game where I'll dribble your left hand.
I heard if we trade you, your salary increases to 304.
No.
That's what I heard. It's a kicker.
He's making that's a trade kicker, but he's already got the
Right.
money.
Yeah.
The contract's already for $304 million.
Well, anyways, I
I
think
thought that's if they trade him.
No.
the point there is they gotta win. Boston has
Their
to
window
win.
is now, the next 5-6
Right.
years. Tatum's 25.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it's the next 10 years because you can play. These guys now can play into their 30.
I wonder what's gonna happen with the
Steph Curry's
salaries.
34. So I mean, you
So-
can
so
play.
here's
Durant's
a-
37.
Interesting bet. Let's
At
think
least
about
eight,
this
at
in
least 8 years.
let's think about this in
Yeah, you will.
interesting bet terms. In 10 years, the Celtics will have more championships than the Lakers, or the Lakers will have.
In the next 10 years?
Yeah. next-
Celtics.
No. I mean, because they're tied now, right?
They're tied.
Oh.
So who will have the most in 10
But
years?
head to head, Boston's 10-3 against LA in the finals.
But in 10 years, who has the most?
Lakers aren't winning shit.
Boston, because LeBron's they have
So you
no
think
plan.
Boston will win championships in the next
They're
10
in better
years?
position.
They're in better position to. Does it mean
Where do
they're
you
gonna?
put that? 80%? 70%?
I look at if those two fundamentally improve,
Yeah.
they could win almost every year because those two are
Not
25.
one, not
Huh?
two.
I'm not going to say
not
that.
three?
I'm not going to be. I'm saying
Not
they're
four?
going to be in contention every single
five?
year.
Do they
if
get
those two
3 and
improve.
10?
6.
Do they get 3 and 10?
I'm serious. Not 7.
3 and 10.
I would think they get 3.
I'm serious.
3 and 10. Okay.
I would think that's a realistic.
So they'll
First
be,
of all, if they're going to pay them $700 million between them, you better get 3, at least 3.
So they'll be-
That's a lot of fucking.
they'll
money.
be 3 chips ahead of the Lakers.
Put it this way: Jaylen Brown's salary.
Yeah, I don't think the Lakers are going to win one.
Okay.
No, they're not because they're not going to beat Denver,
Okay.
and I don't know if they're going to beat Phoenix.
Will Boston beat Denver?
With Marcus Smart gone, I give them a better chance
Okay.
because they're going to be smarter, not dumber. So,
Well, with Williams gone too, right? I mean, he
yeah,
he
the other
was a-
dumbass.
He was a chucker,
Two
right?
3-point chucking
Was he a
idiots.
chucker?
Oh yeah,
What was his percentage though, chucking?
41%.
Well, that's not a chucker.
The only
Chucker's
He's a-
like a
the only
33%
thing I
shooter.
did
Chucker.
like
He's
him, both
41%.
those guys are
75.
tough. Both those guys are
Yeah, the problem is they're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but toughness
They're
is-
stupid. I've seen Grant Williams do a lot of stupid stuff.
41
Stuff
is good.
stuff that a professional basketball player shouldn't do.
41's good.
Stuff that it is good. But that's not worth $20 million.
No, I'm not saying it is.
And if he wanted to
just saying
stay
that's
at 10 or
not a
11,
chucker.
they probably would have kept him.
I'm saying he's not a chucker, but Marcus Smart, if he's shooting,
He's 38%.
is he really?
Yep, 38%. But again, it's volume. These guys take like however, they take a lot of threes, those two. And this is the problem. Marcus Smart, I think, was second on the Celtics in three-point shooting. He's not one of the top. Al Horford was 44%.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Al Horford was in like the 30s.
I'll show it to you. He was 44%.
He was in one of the games in the playoffs, but I'm pretty sure.
No, he had those games.
For
For
the
the year,
season.
he was 44%.
All right, if
He
you say
was.
so, but I
He
doubt
was.
it. I'm a doubt.
He was. Three-point shooting. When you go to efficiency,
I'm doubting.
doubt all you want.
What
You can doubt.
3-point percentage?
Where's the three-point
So-
percentage? Three-pointers made.
Al
Here we go, percentage.
Horford
No, three-point.
in 2023. I want to say it's like 33 or 35. Al Horford's 3-point shooting percentage in 2023. I'm saying it's in the 30s. I'm saying it's in the 30s. He's saying it's in the
It was
40s.
like 40s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was.
I'm saying that's not right.
Derek White was 44. Oh, this is the playoffs. I think the regular season.
Yeah, you went the regular season.
No, I saw the regular season originally. I didn't see the postseason.
Here's the regular season.
Yeah, Al Horford, 44.6.
Wow.
There you go, sir. There you go. Thank you for
Wait a
calling me
minute.
right there.
That's a playoff.
No, that's regular season right there. I changed it. That's Al Horford, 44.6.
That's
But you
amazing.
enjoyed that nice balloon.
I
and
concede.
that
I concede. I
dessert.
concede. I mean, I said.
44.
Like, okay. Tommy thought the same.
Yeah.
So
Well, he wasn't shooting that in the playoffs then.
I didn't say he. Well, look at this is why they can't win because they can't sustain that in the playoffs. It gets because in the playoffs the real defensive teams also show up.
Yeah.
You can have games like 2 weeks where you don't play against a team that plays defense and you light it up. But in the
The only
playoffs,
guy
that doesn't happen.
The only guy who gets permanent green light on that team is Tatum.
He
And that's
should be.
because of his ability off the
Yeah,
dribble.
I agree with that. Okay, but the bottom line, because Tatum's proven he can do that in the playoffs consistently, not the other guys.
Well, he can create for himself too. Like if you don't have a left hand, you can't make your own. Like Brown's not making a lot of his own.
Think about it.
shots.
Jaylen Brown scores 27 points a game and he can't go left.
He's
What
cutting,
if he could?
He's cutting to the basket.
You imagine that?
he's
What if he
shooting
could
at
actually
Michael
go?
Jordan.
Yeah, at 27
what
points a game, can't go left. And imagine if he could, America. Imagine if instead of being a 72% foul shooter, he was just an 80% foul shooter.
Well, maybe
Because
he'll-
God knows he goes to the line enough.
he's got 304 million
Yeah,
reasons
this
to
might
get
motivate
there.
him to
Point is, he
work.
shouldn't have got that in the first place.
Well, I mean,
He proved beyond.
I'm not
First of all,
arguing
if
with
you're still a 72% foul shooter and you're a guard 6 years in, you're not worth $304 million because that's an easy fix. That's an easy fix. And if you can't fix that, if you can't fix, that's just practice, right, Alan? Right, Alan? No, practice, little practice.
Talk about
Yeah,
practice.
Little practice. Talking about practice. A little bit of
Not a
practice.
game.
A little bit of
It's
practice.
so weird
Not a
that they
game.
use
Not a
that.
game.
it's
Practice.
so weird that they use that now in like bank advertisements.
It's pretty funny.
I'm like, come on.
It's in everything.
It's in everything. I mean, so anyway, I'm glad he's back. Not worth that money. But it ain't my money, so as long as they can fill out the roster and they win, I'm not going to complain. But if they have a problem because they can't fill out the roster, then I'm going to complain.
Who'd they get to back up Porzingis?
They still have the Time Lord and they have Al Horford. They've got a 3-man rotation.
God, I would trade Al Horford for something.
Nobody
if I could
wants
get
him.
it.
He's 36.
All right, funny football meme I just found.
What's that?
So it's a Minnesota Vikings emblem or logo, and it says, "If you spent more than 50 years choking, you'd be purple too." That's fucked up.
That's good.
That's real fucked up.
That's good. That's true.
It's pretty funny.
So, we never did the Dalvin Cook sweepstakes.
Well, we're going to transition to football real
Yeah.
quick. Dalvin Cook is still dangling out there. Now, training camp has begun. He makes a valid point. He's waiting to see if some team's star running back goes down because I think then maybe he gets more of it than he's worth, or not what he's worth, but the market dictates.
Or he's just missing camp. He doesn't have to go through all the camp BS, right? Like,
I would think as a running back, you want to get those reps in. The first thing you don't want to do is get hit by.
I don't know. Running back and reps don't go well. Like, that drops your value, not adds.
I don't know. I think the older you get, the more reps you need to stay in shape.
The older you get, the
Again,
less reps.
it can be
you need.
non-contact
Lord.
reps, just reps.
That's called exercising.
If he's dealt, there you go. Practice. You can still
called-
practice. You can
that's
have
called
they have
exercising.
non-contact practices.
Non-contact
They have
reps
non-contact
are called
practices.
exercise.
Non-contact practice.
Air squats.
Calisthenics.
Exercise.
Calisthenics.
Anyways,
All right,
calisthenics.
great argument, guys.
Dalvin Cook.
What's he worth?
Where's he going?
What's Dalvin Cook worth?
What's he worth? What do you think he's worth?
Oh, you're talking money now?
Okay,
What's he
so
worth? He's still sitting there. What would you pay for him?
So I thought I heard somebody say something that like he would take $5 to $7 million.
No.
Is that true?
He
Why?
got released because he was, what was his
He was
money?
making 14.
14 is what he was?
That's why they released him. So I mean, he's
Not getting 14.
but I feel like he's worth a fucking. He's
worth
worth a
20.
franchise
Is
tag.
he
like
worth
20.
12 like Saquon got? For 11?
Saquon didn't get
11
Saquon
and
got
then
10. With,
11 and then 12?
No,
10
Saquon
with
got
900.
10 with 900
And then and
incentives.
12 guaranteed the next time. 20% bump
If they
the next
finance
time.
him again. Our franchise him.
But anyways, is he worth Saquon money?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean he's had
Absolutely.
a better career than Saquon, hasn't he?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, but where is he at in his career now?
He
He's a
came
little-
off a good year.
He's
He
a
wasn't-
little
injured.
beyond Saquon. No, he wasn't.
No, he
had an
wasn't.
ACL. I think it was 2 years ago, wasn't it?
hold on.
He didn't get injured at the end of the year, did he?
I think he's coming off of
They were in the
injury.
playoffs. No, he played.
Did he get hurt in the playoff game?
I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
What?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Yeah.
I'm looking.
I think
were
my
you gonna
main
say?
question is really around like which team should maybe go and get.
Dalvin Cook was 6th in rushing.
Mm-hmm.
He played all 17 games.
Okay.
It was
was
the year
injury
before
year
that he
before.
got hurt, right?
Look at his career numbers. And tell
Let me
you.
see.
Let me see, Dalvin.
I'm here.
They took one healthy year.
No.
Nope.
He's another guy getting a bad rap.
First year he got hurt,
First
played 4
year, that
games.
was it.
11, 14, 14, 13, 17. He's been pretty
So
durable.
what's he worth?
I think he's worth 15.
Who
He
is-
won't get that.
But in the market right now, what's he worth?
Yeah.
He'll
10?
probably get him for 10.
You could probably get him for less than that.
10.
Where's he going? Who's
I know where he
who's
should
spending-
go, but
who's
he-
spending $8 to $10 million on him, or $7 to $10 million?
Depends on whose running back goes down first.
Or if so, Craig Carton posted that he thinks the Jets have him coming to visit this weekend, but he's also a blowhard. So he said Aaron Rodgers was going to San Fran.
He's a blowhard.
He is. He says a bunch of shit.
Aaron Rodgers is going to San Fran.
He said that, and then he signed with the
I
Jets.
think what he meant is Aaron Rodgers is from San Fran.
No, he was taking his sabbatical in San Fran. He
He was in a dark
He
room.
was going to
in
go in a
San
dark room in San Fran for about 4 days and find himself. He'll find himself. I say play with himself.
So who does
Play
he
with
help? Who does he help? Does he help anybody really?
Patriots.
Yeah.
The Patriots get him, yeah.
I think he
The
helps
Bills?
team.
What about
Yeah.
the Bills?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was the Bills,
I think
would want
offensively
that.
he helps anybody because that's a legit weapon you got a game plan for.
The Jets.
The Jets,
Maybe
any one
he
of
lets
them.
Brees Hall get a healthy beginning of the season. But but who else really needs him? Is what I'm
The
saying.
Patriots
Like, where's
need
there a
him.
real need? You think the Patriots were Ramondre Stevenson?
Running backs get hurt
Yeah, that's
all
right.
the time.
And
And they didn't get
Parcells.
they got to get another threat in the passing game, which he's a good receiver out of the backfield.
Yeah, they'll use
Because
him.
they didn't get Hopkins, you got to get another threat out there in the passing game. Because you
So-
can line him up, and Minnesota would do it. They'd send him in motion and line him up in the slot. He'd start in the backfield. They'd go in motion both sides. So he was a threat. He was a dual threat.
I think
That's
the
how they
Bills,
beat the Skins.
Bills are obvious for so many
Commanders.
reasons, for so many players.
Well,
Like-
Greg Pollard? How healthy is he going to be?
You mean Tony?
Tony Pollard.
I don't know. That's a good
He
question.
broke his leg in the last
Yeah.
game last year.
I
didn't
mean, is he ready for the start of training camp, or is he still out?
he signed his deal. I think
No, he
he's
signed
in.
the franchise.
Signed
He
his deal,
signed
but it
it.
doesn't mean he's healthy.
Yeah, he signed it the franchise tag before I think he even had the surgery
Let me see.
because it was in the off season.
No,
So you
he
think
signed,
Dallas
he signed his
could-
franchise deal.
So you think
like,
Dalvin
pretty
took
recently.
Dallas?
No,
No?
I don't think so. I don't think they
think-
want to put any more money into that offense.
Or
They got-
into a running back?
Yeah, they
already
got
paid.
Brandon.
They just
Diggs for the
paid.
next
They
five
just
running
paid
backs.
Diggs, the tailback. I mean, the cornerback safety. It's $97 million
God.
extension. They're not throwing money around on the offense.
Was he worth that?
He's young.
Was he worth
I feel like
Well,
his
he was-
first season he was amazing. What are you coming off his third?
No, he's only into his third.
He's going into his third.
He's
Last year I
young.
didn't think was as good as his rookie year.
His rookie year, he was off the charts good.
Yeah,
He was picking a lot of balls
Yeah.
off.
right.
By the way, once you do that, they tend not to throw at you as much.
Right.
No, but I think he started
So-
taking more risks. He started trying to get picks this year. Last year it was just kind
As
of,
opposed
And
to
he was
just
getting
fluttering out of
beat.
the air and landing in his lap.
Trying
his
to get
first
picks,
year
he
he
was
was
getting
playing.
beat.
He was. They were coming to him,
Yeah.
and he was always around the ball.
If you, let me see. I mean, he's 24, whatever he is.
7 million. Who's the highest paid cornerback right now?
Let me see. He last year. What did
Is
he
it like
do?
Jaylen Ramsey?
Probably. Who's Jaylen Ramsey playing for this
Did
year?
he go to Miami?
Diggs went from what do you have 7 or 9 interceptions his rookie year? He had 3 last year.
And how many times did he get burned for
He
a
had
touchdown?
59 tackles.
Probably
9
none,
assists.
none by the Giants. Danny Dimes only threw 15 all last year.
Because he had no one to throw to. He's throwing to me, you, and Tom.
Dude, they were crushing.
Actually, he was throwing to all the Kansas City Chiefs new receivers.
Yeah. So.
No, he wasn't.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Richie James and
Slayton was
He never
really-
threw to Tony. Tony played like.
Tony got hurt again. Didn't he
I
hurt last
don't
year?
think he
too?
played any games last
So I'm
year.
just saying that the Chiefs are like,
He was hurt
I
last
don't
year.
know, for whatever reason, every Giants reject receiver will take.
I mean, I think you can get him for $10 million. I think that's fair. He probably should get more, but teams. But listen, a lot of teams are up against the cap too. They don't have $10 million to throw at unless somebody gets hurt.
Oh, yeah, but we just saw Aaron
The Patriots
Rodgers.
have 17
Aaron
million.
Rodgers
Well, the
restructured.
Jets restructured, but you know why? They got to get a left tackle.
They
They got a 1,000-yard rusher behind him. They don't have a left tackle.
Yeah,
Where are they going to get a left tackle?
I don't know, but they better find one because I got news for you. He takes one hit at his age in the division that's low to all these defenses. All 4 defenses were ranked in the top 10. 11.
they're all good.
They're all good, and all it takes is one
Even
hit.
the Dolphins did.
Yeah,
Yep, they were ranked
Dolphins
elite.
are going to
Yep.
be even better this year with. Was it Vic
They had the
Fangio or
Jets.
whatever?
They had the Jets 4, the Patriots 6, the Bills 8, and the Dolphins 11.
Yeah.
That's the AFC East.
They're going to be good defenses.
Yeah.
in
So
that
he needs a left
division.
tackle like you read about.
I feel like I don't know about the Bills' defense this year.
Well, because if Von Miller's not what he was, that's what happened last year.
That's true.
They were number 2 in the league. They were behind
Bills might
San
be
Fran,
like
and he
a-
got hurt.
A physical defense break, like you get a break from
They got to find a pass
a
rusher.
pass rusher.
Yeah, you got to find a pass
And
rusher.
if Tua gets another concussion, you can count the
He's
defense
done.
and the offense of the Dolphins out.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's one hit away. He takes one more concussion. He's
Who's
scared
his
for him.
backup right now? I am too, but who's
His backup's like Skylar Thompson, isn't it?
Is that it?
maybe I don't
Skyler
know. Let me
something.
see. Teams. Miami.
He actually came in the playoff game and played all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he threw a touchdown pass, didn't he? Or 2? Yeah, Skylar Thompson, 26 years old, 6'2", out of Kansas State. They also got Mike White from West. He's Mike White.
The Jets. Another
He
Jets.
played
reject.
okay against the Bills, and that's how I knew the Bills were going to lose to fucking Cincinnati.
Yeah, because their defense couldn't
because
stop
Miami
them.
stayed in the game with Skylar
I'm
Thompson.
telling you, not having Von Miller crushed that defense. They were never the same when he went down.
Yeah.
They were never the same again. They went in when they had him. They went into Kansas City and beat Kansas City on their field in the regular with him. Then he got hurt a couple weeks later, and they were never the same again.
Yeah.
I mean, and Cincinnati really exploited
I
them.
wonder what he's going to be like this year.
Well, I'm told he's back. How healthy is he?
Like, is Aaron Donald still around?
Yeah.
Didn't hear
he's still
jack
there.
shit from the Rams last year.
That's because they lost everything. They were
Cooper
losing.
Kupp went down in week
He could have.
6.
He
And
could
then
have
Stafford
sacked.
got hurt.
He could have had 12 sacks and nobody would even know.
Yeah.
But what did he do? Did he do anything last year? Did he get injured?
He was like the one Ram that wasn't traded.
Yeah, they got rid of Woods and pretty good.
Remember the
receiver.
coach went to his staff and said, "Hey guys, like, you know, you can go ahead and start shopping yourself around to other teams. Like, it's okay. I wouldn't, my feelings wouldn't get hurt. Like, I understand you don't want to be part of a rebuild."
Von Miller is
And then
back.
was looking like he was going to quit, and then once everybody left for other jobs, he was like, "You know what? I think I'm going to rebuild my coaching staff and stay here."
He
He
is.
was blaming his
When
coaches.
he got hurt, he had 8 sacks.
All right.
He went down. And that was in week 12. He went down. They were never the same again.
I say 5 sacks
Right here, 8.
for 2022.
Right here, look.
Why does it say 5 and that says 9? This says
See?
9. Oh.
8.
You're looking at 2022.
So I say 2022. It says 5.
That's
Wow.
Aaron Donald. I'm
Yeah.
looking at Von Miller.
Oh,
Sorry.
we're talking about Aaron Donald.
Oh, I was talking about Von Miller still. And Buffalo defense. But, and again, he gets double teamed taking a shit.
Yeah, that is true.
So he's everywhere he goes, he's getting double teamed.
So he played 11 games.
Well, remember that the year before?
So-
he had Von Miller.
He only played 11 games. Yeah, that's true.
2 years ago, he had Von Miller, and you couldn't. That's why the Rams front four. So they had him and Von Miller.
If
Well,
you're,
that's
if you're,
2021, he had 12 and a half.
Yeah.
Dude, he had 20 and a half, 12 and a half, 13 and a half, 12 and a half, and then 5 last year.
if you're the Rams, what do you do?
They're in
You
salary
keep-
cap
you
jail. They
just
traded
suck it.
away all their.
You suck it right now.
Yeah, that guy singing the big who needs him. That,
So do you
how
think that
doing
means
now?
that at some point Donald will go somewhere?
I mean, I think at some point they should probably, if they could get something for him. But,
Oh, you could if he can still play, which he can.
which he can, yeah.
sure he can.
But
So that you trade Donald.
I would think so, right?
Matthew
but then you got to get
Stafford.
rid of Stafford, and who do you have?
Well, you're in rebuild mode anyway.
Yeah,
Stafford's-
they
how old is
I think they
Stafford?
wanted rid. I
33?
think they wanted rid of the
s-
Stafford last year.
Well, Stafford hurt his back, I think.
But they wanted rid of him. They were.
Oh, he just won a Super Bowl. Why'd you want to get rid of him?
Yeah, they didn't want rid of him. No,
Cooper Kupp went down.
on the list.
Odell Beckham
They
Jr.
were
went down.
shopping him.
he didn't play well.
Well, yeah, he lost all half his weapons.
And then who did they? Who
How, would you play well?
Baker came in. Remember Baker won a game for them, didn't he?
That was the highlight of Baker's career.
Highlight
The
of
great comeback.
Didn't he win a game?
He came from behind. He took him down the field for a game-winning touchdown pass.
Was it against like Arizona?
McVay is still a genius.
Was it against Arizona? Probably was.
No, I think it was New Orleans.
McVay is still a genius. He can win with
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Hey, until you do that, don't talk to me.
Well, Tampa's going to take a shot at it this year, apparently.
Tampa's going to miss badly.
Dude, have you seen?
Although he still has Godwin and Mike
who
Evans.
is their QB room?
I forget. Him and the dude from Florida.
It's bad.
The
Who
tall
is
guy
it?
from
Oh,
Florida.
Driscoll.
Driscoll, I think.
Yeah.
Driscoll?
Yeah. He was before.
Oh, is it
Richardson.
Trask?
Trask. It's
Trask.
Trask.
Why did I
Yeah.
say Driscoll? Jake Driscoll
Jake
from Florida,
Driscoll.
too.
So Trask and there's somebody else. They're like a
There's three of
backup.
them, yeah.
Oh, is it Baker?
Baker's the starter right now.
Oh, it's Baker and then Trask.
And then Trask.
Oh man. God, imagine being a Tampa fan.
No.
You go from Brady to that.
From Brady to that. Like, wow. That's
You just enjoyed Brady for a few years, and now it's
Jameis
like, oh,
Winston,
well.
Tom Brady.
Tom
Brady,
Yeah. Back to
Baker Mayfield.
Who's the best Tampa quarterback of all time outside of Tom Brady?
Steve, well, he didn't play for
Jeff
Steve Young
Garcia?
didn't stay long
Jeff
enough.
Garcia?
Yeah. Actually, Doug Williams was there for a while. He won a Super
I was
Bowl.
going to say
Yeah,
Steve
he
Young was
Steve
originally
Young.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
He
but
was.
I don't
But
know
he-
he stayed
He
there.
didn't play for them long.
He must have been a backup.
I'm told they're bringing back the swashbuckling uniform, the swashbuckler.
The orange?
The orange.
That
yeah.
means they're going to be bad.
That's when they had the season where they lost every game, right?
Yep.
They were
Yes.
orange.
Yep, there we go.
All right, so best
Paper bags and
Best
Do you,
quarterback-
uniforms.
do you remember the coach, Jim McKay?
Actually,
The
paper
greatest
bags were the same.
line ever. He goes, well, we screwed up really bad by not blocking. But then we made up for it by not tackling.
dude. But all right, seriously, who is the best Tampa quarterback of all time?
Other
And you
than
can
Brady?
go by whole career outside of Brady.
Like, if you look at career, the only other one you can.
Jeff Garcia.
Vinny Testaverde.
What
was
about
there
Brad
the longest.
Johnson? Didn't he win a
He won a
Super
Super Bowl with that awesome defense. Yeah. That
Do you
defense
know he
was
does crazy trick shots on basketball courts now?
Of course,
Brad
he does.
Johnson?
Why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Why not?
Like he's got a TikTok account. He's always called like it's called like the real Brad, I think. I don't know.
Well, no, but he wasn't there forever, right? But he did throw
Wait, I
the
thought it
ball
was
to
Trent
Keyshawn.
Dilfer. No, Trent Dilfer was he was Baltimore.
He was originally drafted
They,
by
I
Tampa.
get those two
Tampa,
confused.
wasn't
Yeah.
Those
Wasn't
two
he
are like Phil
drafted by
Simms.
Tampa?
I think he was.
Yeah.
I
Trent
think,
Dilfer?
yeah. No, I think it was Tampa originally.
Trent Dilfer was?
And he was drafted by them.
Yeah.
And then he got traded to Baltimore.
And then his head swole to the size of like a beached whale.
How
And
come-
he
how
does
come-
like QB America or whatever his stupid.
He wasn't as bad as Theismann. Theismann takes the cake.
I don't know, man.
Theismann was
Trent
awful.
Dilfer's like.
Theismann was
You
like
can't take credit for winning a
So
Super
Tampa's
Bowl
never
with the
really
Ravens.
had a great quarterback.
Huh?
They've never really had a great quarterback outside of the 3 years.
Well,
of
wait a
Brady.
minute.
Testaverde had a
What
good
was
career,
Sean
though.
King?
not great.
Sean
No,
King
but
was
he's
there.
got
for a
King
little
was
while.
terrible.
It was all right.
Sean King's not a good quarterback.
I'm not saying he's a good quarterback. But you said who was the best Tampa quarterback?
Jameis Winston's better than Sean King.
Sean King didn't turn the ball over that much.
Sean King didn't do anything with the ball. What are you looking at?
From
We're
Tulane.
going to test the greasy.
Sean King.
Test the
From,
Greasy's out.
Test the greasy.
I just remember wanting
remember him
Sean
on the
King
Jets.
for some reason in fantasy one year. I don't remember.
He
what
threw
it
for
was.
275 career touchdowns, 46,000 yards.
Who did?
Where does that
Testaverde.
rank? That's
Yeah.
a lot.
That's a lot.
Where does that
For a
rank?
guy who stinks.
You said 40. You said 46,000.
mean
For a guy who shits the
You
bed.
said that's 46,000 yards.
I didn't mean that.
That-
A Baker Mayfield he'll never be.
I didn't mean that. I'm just saying, like, when somebody goes, "Have you ever had a great quarterback in your history?" Nobody goes, "We had Testaverde."
He won a Heisman
How
Trophy.
many
winner,
yards?
too. He played a
That
long
was from
time.
my. That doesn't
That's an award from college.
But he also had an
Tim
18-year
Tebow
career.
won how many Heisman's?
But he also had a good pro career.
He also got a
275 means you
participation
were good.
trophy in
okay,
third grade.
the Jets don't look back at their history and think greatest quarterbacks of all time and go,
Joe
"Oh
Namath.
man, Testaverde."
I'm telling you, test the greasy.
I'm
How
not
many?
saying
How
he
many
sucks.
yards did you say? 46,000.
46,000.
That's
And-
more
and-
than Randall Cunningham, I think.
And 275
Randall
touchdowns.
Cunningham
That's
wasn't
more
a
than Joe
great
Montana.
Quarterback, was he?
Yeah.
Great quarterback.
Yes, he was way before his time. He's amazing.
I mean, the things he could do were amazing. I don't know. Great quarterback. Like
All right,
he's
he made
top
the
10
Pro Bowl.
quarterback of
He was
all
a
time?
two-time Pro Bowler.
Tested
I didn't know
He
Tested
he was a 2-time touchdown pass leader in 96 and 98. The AFC led the conference in touchdown
Was
passes.
that when he was with the Jets?
In 96 and 98. Was that the Jets?
I think it was the
Yeah.
Jets.
So,
I remember my dad liked him.
my dad liked
He did.
My dad liked him.
Everybody liked Testaverde.
It's a good quarterback.
Testaverde, that's kind of a cool name. Testaverde.
Testaverde.
In 1998, he actually led the AFC in passer rating, too.
Fuck this guy. All right, so he's really good.
I think you're stretching
really
it with
good.
really good.
No, that's what I was trying to say, but
He's
he keeps
good.
giving
I said
me
he was
better
good.
stats.
He's good. He's not solid. He's not great.
He's good.
Right, and all
He had
I
a good
was saying
career.
is
He wasn't a bust.
you can't say that Tampa has had a great quarterback because they had Testaverde. That's all I was saying.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Well, I
with
just
that.
said he was good.
Right.
I agree
I
with
didn't
Tom.
say he wasn't.
I agree with Tom. on
Maybe-
that.
You're like, ah.
No, I was saying you can't go, okay, they did have
By the way,
an
how
all-time
those teams?
great.
Wasn't Parcells coaching those teams?
The Jets?
Yeah, then. Because he left the Patriots at the 96 Super Bowl. Yeah, he went to the Jets. And they went to the AFC title game and lost to the Broncos.
Was that
He
the
took him
Curtis?
Testaverde took him the
Was
AFC
that
title
the
game.
Curtis Martin Jets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wayne Corbett Jets.
Yep, those guys. Keyshawn was still there.
Remember
right?
when they
It was
lost to
Keyshawn
the
and Corbett.
Steelers? They lost to the Steelers one year, and it was...
But when Parcells took them over, they went to the conference final, but they lost in Denver 21-10. That was when they had Elway and they had, who was the running back who was filthy?
I don't remember that.
The dude who ran for 2,000
Terrell
yards. Terrell
Davis.
Davis. Ran back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons.
He had 4 Hall of
How did
Fame
we get
seasons.
there?
Because that's what we do. It's the magic. It's the magic
Okay.
of Joe Boo.
He was talking about the Jets being in the conference final with Bill
Yeah, yeah.
Parcells.
And
And
Pennington as
Testaverde
well.
was the quarterback.
They got there with
He
Pennington.
wasn't a great quarterback. That's all I was saying.
Conference final session.
Did
So
Eric,
Tampa
did Eric
outs-
Mangini take them to
He took
the
them
AFC
to 2.
Championship?
Oh, no.
No.
with
he never
Chad
took them.
Pennington?
He took them...
With Chad
No,
Pennington.
it wasn't the AFC Championship, I don't think.
Are you sure about
They
that?
didn't
It
go
was
to
the
no,
divisional
it was
round?
The only guy that was Rex Ryan was the only guy that did
I
that.
feel like they lost in the divisional
Rex
round to the
Ryan.
Steelers one year. It was a
Anyways.
heartbreaker.
Joey Porter was
They
playing
lost
for
to
the
Pittsburgh
Jets.
after they beat New England.
Did
That-
Joey-
but
When
talking
Bart
about-
Scott goes, can't wait.
But I'm talking about a different one than that.
Which one?
With Mangini.
I know he played for the Dolphins.
That was with Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Um,
How long was Manweenie there?
not that long, because he started sucking. But they used to call him Mangenius.
We called
Yeah.
him
Although he might have been there 5 years. I don't know.
Yeah, he always comes up on the coaching tree, the Parcells
the
coaching
Parcells
tree.
coaching tree.
Yeah.
Remember he was poaching people on the flight back from the Super Bowl? That's why Bill hated him. On the plane ride back from the Super Bowl they won,
Yeah.
he was poaching people to come to the Jets.
Yeah.
That's dirty pool.
Well,
Dirty pool.
And Bill hated him for
I
it.
tell you, that's dirty pool.
and you know
You
how
don't
he
bite
caught,
the hand that feeds you.
you know how he caught him, right?
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
He had a camera set up in the plane,
You don't bite the hand that feeds you.
and they call that
You don't
spy game.
bite
Oh, I mean,
the hand that feeds you.
shriveled balls.
Another trumped-up charge. Another load of shit by America.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'd love to get the cell phone out of the toilet.
yeah, sure, that's what it was. It wasn't the fact that the ideal gas law exists, and that
Let's-
proves he scientifically didn't cheat. But
let's-
whatever.
let's see
Whatever.
the-
Let's ignore scientific facts.
Let's get the. I just want
Oh,
to
you
see
know
the
what?
cell
Let's talk
phone
about
out
the
of
fact when they
toilet.
put the ear back in the
Cell
ball, he
phone out of
torched
the
the Legion of Boom.
Cell phone out of the toilet. Give me
There
that
it
cell
is.
phone.
I love
This
it.
was 2005.
Was it a divisional round or was it a?
I think it was divisional, but let me check.
How long was Herm Edwards there? They went to the playoffs with him one year. Was that with Pennington the year they won?
No.
it?
Shit, this might have been Herm Edwards. 05 might have been Herm.
Well, he won the division.
That
in
might have been
02.
Pennington too.
Pennington
be-
was there.
Because, so Mangini went to the Jets right after a Super Bowl win. Which one would it have been?
yeah. For the Patriots,
Yeah.
well, 04 was the last one there. That stretch.
So then this might have been Mangini.
If you left that, did he leave to be the head coach or a coordinator?
Was
where-
Daryl Reeves part of that?
This was divisional.
Four.
No. Revis
No,
was
that
with
was
Rex
that was
Ryan.
Rex Ryan's group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had Reeves. Who was the other guy that played in both? Did Ty Law play in both?
Later on, he went
Yeah.
to the Chiefs first. and then he
Curtis
went to-
Martin was
Curtis
also.
Martin played for both. Yeah.
Who else was a Jet Patriot?
Damon Woody. Damon Woody.
Patriot
who
Jet.
won, Yeah. Damon Woody.
Damon Woody. Yeah.
Damon Woody.
There was a lot of Patriot Jets.
Danny Woodhead.
Danny Woodhead.
Danny Woodcock.
He stunk for the Jets. And Belichick took him and was like, okay,
Actually, Tom Brady.
we can
too.
use him.
That was Tom Brady.
Okay, well,
Mr. Brady made him.
I thought that was more Belly.
If you doubt
So
that, look at Wes
I
Welker
do
in
have
Miami.
after watching
Danny
80
Woodhead wasn't anything like that.
No, not in New York. He wasn't.
No, he was a running back for you.
But Brady, he became our third down back. Like after Kevin Falk got hurt, he was retired rather than Danny Woodcock.
I do have a question for the both of you.
Sure.
Give me the fucking.
After watching 80 for Brady, who has the better catch? Amendola or Tyree?
You mean
helmet catch?
You mean
Manningham.
no,
I'll say Manningham.
No, bobble, that was
that's
Amendola.
Edelman.
Was that Edelman?
That's Edelman.
Who has the better catch?
Edelman
Sorry.
does. Edelman does, but
say
that's the greatest catch.
Manningham.
Edelman caught it 1 inch from the ground after crashing into 2 fucking defenders.
Is that better
and somehow
than-
the poise to catch it like that,
Is that-
hovering 1 inch above the ground.
I'm asking.
Manningham.
I'm
No.
asking. Is that
Edelman
better
all
than
day.
David Tyree?
I would take Tyree and Manningham.
No, because that thing, he was aided by his helmet.
Stop.
Aided.
Aided by his helmet.
Stuck it to his helmet.
That's true. And where was the investigation, Tom?
It wasn't a shriveled ball.
He somehow stuck it
It
to
wasn't
that
a Tom
helmet.
shriveled ball.
And then, you know
moment.
what? It wasn't a bloodthirsty Wolverine on him. It was freaking Rodney Harrison.
The Jets had Lavernius Coles. Remember him?
Oh, he was
that's
good.
right.
What- He came out of Florida State, didn't he?
Yeah.
He
No,
was Miami, wasn't he?
No, college, Florida State.
I think he's right.
Oh, he
I
was
think
a
he's
Seminole.
right
He's a
about
Seminole when the Seminoles mattered.
Seminole.
Yeah, when Bobby Bowden was cheating. I love Bobby
doesn't
Bowden.
it
He's
say?
the embodiment of if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
that. I don't know if that was Bowden.
Bobby Bowden. It's
I
Bobby
think
Bowden.
that was Terry Bowden. Was probably the embodiment of.
No, Bobby was bad.
Because Auburn's program
Terry
got
had to
serious.
learn. Terry learned it from him.
Yeah, Auburn's program.
The
got
mentor.
Florida
serious.
State. Florida State.
Yeah, he was.
They had
nasty.
Sean Ellis on defense. John Abraham.
Yeah,
Vilma was there.
Vilma was really
Yeah,
good. John
Vilma was really good
Yeah,
for the.
Vilma was a stud.
And then he went to the Saints, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's
anyway,
memory lane. Memory lane. Thanks,
So anyway,
Jets.
I think that
We just walked through the dumpster fire.
I'm curious as to
history.
who's going to pull the trigger on Dalvin Cook because I think he could help any team he goes to because he's a dual threat. He is a dual threat. I mean, you can never
That's different than who could he help the most?
the Patriots because they didn't get Hopkins. They got to get another weapon. in the passing
Patriots,
game.
Bills, who else?
Bills because they lost that kid Hines. One of those.
Yeah,
Nine.
but he automatically becomes their best back.
He does, but you got to have depth
And
at
a
that
weapon
position.
to catch the ball.
Exactly,
and-
but you got to have.
yeah,
you
but I'm
gotta
saying
have
like
depth
he
at that
makes
position.
Buffalo way better than he makes the Patriots.
I think Buffalo should sign him.
Buffalo is not. I can news you. Buffalo's going to fly.
He helps Buffalo more than he helps New England because of Ramondre Stevenson. Like
Yeah,
I
but
think
from
that's
that
true. In
yeah.
terms of running back,
Turn the running
talent,
back, yeah.
the
But in
Bills
terms of-
really
yeah.
don't have much. And,
No.
it seems like
who is the
they've
star?
It's Singletary.
well, sort of. He
There's
split,
another
kind of
guy
split it
behind
with
him.
the other guy,
heck is his
Did they draft a running back?
Webb or
I don't know. I kept saying I'm not sure what the
something.
Bills
I can't
did.
remember what his name was.
The Bills. Let me
I had
see.
both the Bills running backs, and I would always put
And
them
they-
in at the wrong time.
And the thing about it is you never know which one's getting the ball. Neither
Right.
one of them are really making that big of a difference.
Is it Zach something, the running back?
Yeah, Moss.
Zach Moss.
Zach
yeah.
Moss. Where'd he come out of? He's
Miami.
Dude, him and the other guy are both kind of like.
Miami. I think Moss was out of Miami. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. But
It's okay.
don't.
pretty sure
I was
that's the
just
way it
wrong.
feels.
We're all wrong.
About Lavernius.
They're
Matt
running backs.
Barkley.
They've
Matt
got
Barkley's-
James Cook,
You know Matt Barkley's their
Darrington,
third string.
Evans, Damian Harris from the Patriots, who ran for. He's good.
Oh, I forgot.
He just
they
couldn't stay
signed
healthy.
him.
They got him too, and they've got Hines is out. Jordan Mims, Latavius Murray.
They got Latavius. That guy's.
He's washed up. He's 33 years old.
They really.
But Damian Harris is 26.
Dalvin Cook would be their best back by far.
Yeah, he makes them better. He makes them much better than he would make the Patriots or the Jets. Although, what about the Dolphins? The Dolphins, I know they have Mostert and
Well, last time
Wilson
he said that kept being that was RJ's
Ahmad.
argument. Like, why aren't the Dolphins calling him?
yeah.
Because Mozart seems solid, but he would be a
Mozart.
certain Mozart. What the fuck his name is? I don't care. He's a fucking
Runs
dolphin.
like he runs like a symphony.
yeah, Mosh
Mozart.
Pit. I don't know
I
what
think
his
it's
name
Bach.
Back. Get back here.
Sebastian.
Bring the ball back here so we can play.
is. In any event, he would instantly be the Dolphins' number one back. Instantly.
No, without a
Oh,
doubt.
with that dude.
He'd be the number one back on what? How 60% of the teams in the league?
Probably more like 70.
70? Yeah. He's really fucking good.
Because I mean,
He'd be the number one back for the Eagles, right?
yeah, probably.
Yep.
Yeah, Detroit.
Who
Yeah.
the Eagles? DeAndre Swift is a good back.
He is a
gets-
good back, but
gets
is he
injured.
Dalvin
But
Cook?
Dalvin Cook is.
I don't
Yeah.
know if he's
Dalvin
Dalvin
Cook.
Cook.
Jameer Gibbs is who's in Detroit.
You know,
Jamal Williams.
I don't
No,
know who-
Jahmyr Gibbs.
I
Who's
don't know.
Jahmyr Gibbs?
They drafted him out of Alabama and replaced. That's who they replaced Swift with. Was the kid out of. He can
Wow,
catch
do you
the
guys
ball.
remember the quarterback Matt Barkley out of USC? Remember how good he was?
Yeah.
I just fucking said
He
that.
just
I
said
said
it.
Matt Barkley's their third string
Third
quarterback.
string.
Yeah. Sorry.
You got that in stereo.
Sorry.
I literally go, I
quarterback
didn't realize
whisperer.
Matt Barkley was their third stringer.
I didn't hear you.
Kyle Allen's their backup. I don't even know who that is.
Oh, he used to be a Redskin guy, didn't he? Kyle Allen, I think
It
so.
sounds like it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Kyle Allen. Who was the other guy?
This
they
year
had?
it's Sam Howell. The next like
Why is
Sam
everybody
Howell.
acting like Sam Howell's just gonna?
the next
I
guy
know
to
nothing
throw-
about this guy.
the next
Maybe
jersey
they
to
do.
throw in the burn heap.
Do you think?
Yeah.
No, come on. He was
Sam
drafted
Howell, a
out.
household name.
He was drafted
never
out
heard
of North Carolina.
I think he was
North Carolina
drafted
QB.
just to get laughed at.
I mean, they're picking.
Heineke.
Dude, the way I hear people talking about the
Heineke
Giants-
was get guts.
Come on.
Say what you want about Heineke.
Where did Heineke
Congratulations.
go again?
He was better
If
than
only
he.
he could throw the ball.
Heineke. in
Well, he had
Tampa?
healthy players.
If
Did
only
did he go to Tampa or is he in Miami?
Houston.
No, yeah.
I think it's Houston. No.
No, Houston
No,
drafted.
not Houston. Not Houston.
Where's Taylor Heineke?
Where'd he go?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because he might
can,
play
can
this
you
year.
name an? Oh,
Falcons.
no.
He might play this year.
Dude.
Because their guy is what? Jackson Ritter?
Yeah.
He's a Cincinnati quarterback. They drafted him in the fourth round.
Last year.
He's at ODU.
Yeah.
Who's that at ODU?
Heineke came from ODU.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And yet they still.
Can you
laugh
think
at
of
him.
any other trash heap Redskins quarterback you just throw in?
Yes,
the
I'm
little
trying to
burn
think of the
pile?
guy that was on Washington and then he was in New Orleans. Chase something.
Daniels.
Chase Daniels.
He was at the Eagles too.
Chase Daniels.
It's like he folled the same coordinator or something everywhere he went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heineke's career
He was a
stats.
Missouri quarterback.
He's
Yeah.
been in the league
Yeah.
six. You know, he was drafted by Houston,
I didn't know that.
2017. Then he played in Carolina, and he came to Washington for the last 3 years.
So who do we think?
So he's 64% completion percentage, 34 touchdowns, 24 picks, 85 QB rating. It's not awful.
Not bad.
Not bad. Solid.
I think that's a good. If we're saying solid is not good,
We are
solid
saying
is a
that.
step below good.
Yeah.
I think solid fits
Solid.
Who's the biggest guy this year for biggest rookie, biggest impact,
Bryce Young.
biggest?
Bryce Young, I think, because he got a tight end to throw to. Schultz is legit. I can't believe Dallas
in.
let him go.
Interesting.
It's gonna be interesting.
What about?
But then you got CJ Stroud,
Yep.
who is in Houston,
Yep.
and then the runner Anthony Richardson. Is it?
Bijan? Oh, you mean
The dude from
quarterback?
Texas.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson.
Bijan going to the Falcons. Bijan Robinson
I'm
going
telling
to
you,
the
don't sleep on
Falcons
the Falcons.
will be interesting.
And
Richardson's
Taylor-
going to
Whatever.
Indianapolis. I mean, that's like
Is he gonna start?
who
Yo,
knows?
yeah, I
Does it
think
matter?
so.
I mean,
Who the
they're
fuck is
rebuilding.
there?
I don't know.
Matt Ryan was there last
He
year. He's
retired,
done,
Jonathan
right?
Taylor. Taylor is the only guy they
He's a
got. The
running
running
back.
back.
He
yeah,
got
so-
missed half of last year, didn't he, with injury?
They had Nick Foles in there. The Giants injured him in the second to last game of the season. I don't even know who else is there besides Anthony Richardson. I think it's his show,
Yeah, we'll see.
which was interesting. I want to watch him play.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I don't know. I think if any guy like that's kind of developmental, you never know, right? Like if you're saying like, hey, we got to figure out how we're using him and all this other stuff.
Yeah, it could go bad.
Like I think that's
Well,
what
he's
hurt.
got a great running back behind him. That doesn't hurt.
Well, Malik Willis had Derrick Henry behind him,
Um,
and Vrabel couldn't figure out what to do with him.
That's one example.
That's
It
true.
works the other way too.
You know.
There have been examples where it's worked too. I'm just saying.
I love how like on Twitter you'll see videos of him in the offseason now, and they're like, Malik Willis looking great. in
Yeah.
Training camp.
Well, the ultimate guy like that, honestly, is Geno. Like, how many years did Geno bang around before?
like 8.
Dude, do you think he stays on
Giants,
the
Jets, right? Giants.
Did you
Jets,
see who Seattle drafted for wide receiver? Their receiving core might be the best. It's
Smith
right
and
there.
Jigba?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
They got a nasty.
They got him
nasty
to go
slot
with
receiver.
Lockett and
He
DK
was probably
Metcalf.
he could have been the best receiver in the draft.
I'm telling you, they
And everybody destroys Daniel Jones,
who doesn't get any one of these guys.
and he doesn't have
Any one of
anybody
these
like
guys.
that. And
that's why I laugh. Like, you
Darren
can't-
Waller's great, but
Yeah, he's
I
not that dude.
I destroyed Daniel Jones just because, like, I don't know, he can't.
Doesn't have any talent around him.
people are acting
Can't
like he
throw
has
the
no
ball.
talent. I was listening to a show today.
He has
I don't
nobody to
think he
throw
doesn't
to.
They said he was a top 25 quarterback.
He is.
Top
They're in the
25
playoffs. They're in the final. All right,
Top
he
25
completed.
is an insult.
He completed. He's way better than that. He completed 67% of his passes.
No,
he had
I'm
a
not
3-1.
arguing that
He
he's
had
not.
no
RJ,
one to throw to.
RJ, you're getting upset. I'm not arguing he's not. I'm just
not
saying.
you.
Like,
I'm just saying in general.
is he
people,
top 20? Is he top
There were 8 teams left in the playoffs, and he was
I'm
one
not
of
saying
them.
top 15. I can't say he's in the top 15. Can you?
There are 15 QBs better in this league than him.
Is he better than Aaron Rodgers?
No.
Is he better than Tua?
I don't know, because Tua without the weapons, you take the Tua didn't do shit without
But,
those two.
but is he
Well, let me
better
ask you a
than
question.
Tua?
I don't
Is he
know.
better than Mac Jones?
I don't know.
Also no weapons.
No weapons. Well, no number one. We'll see if I think Taekwondo.
No weapons.
No, he's got Gesicki and
No, I'm
Hunter
saying
Henry.
last year
Last year he had
didn't have
it was the
shit.
coordinator.
But
How do you-
they don't have any weapons last year either.
Oh, we don't know that because he didn't know how to use what he had.
come
How
on,
do
he
you?
didn't have shit.
Bullshit. You don't take a guy who runs a 4.240 and he's 6'2", have him run bubble screens with him. That's fucking stupid.
Hot garbage.
That's not hot garbage. Yeah, Matt
Your
Patricia's
wide
hot garbage.
receivers were hot garbage.
Matt Patricia is hot garbage.
Anyways,
So is Joe Judge.
whatever.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was
I'm not
we had
arguing
both
that
of them.
either, but that's
Both
not
of
the
them.
only reason they suck.
That's called Dumb and Dumber, right
They could have
there.
had Bill O'Brien. And
I
still
bet
would've
you. I'll
sucked.
tell you right now, Taekwondo Thornton's gonna have a hell of a year this year. You watch.
No, I'm sure he will, but I'm saying like.
Because they'll know how to use him. So don't tell me he doesn't have any
okay,
weapons.
okay, whatever.
Whatever. They don't know
No,
how to
you're
use
never
them.
gonna say like their receivers suck, even though their receivers.
I don't think their receivers suck. I think
suck.
they were misused.
They suck.
They don't suck. They were misused
They had to be one
No,
of
I'm
the worst receiving cores in the league.
because of the play caller. He's the worst offensive coordinator in the history of the league. How do you take an offense that was 10 one year?
Jason Garrett's still out there.
So RJ, answer me this
Is he
question:
still out there?
Do they finish in the top
Not
15
currently, no.
Offensively?
with him?
Yep.
You think with Bill O'Brien?
Yep, they
turned
finished.
that.
They were 10
that
with
group of
they
wide
were yeah they were
receivers.
10 2 years ago with frickin' Josh McDaniels. He's better than McDaniels.
Okay,
they were
let's-
10th.
Let's see.
We will see.
If you got top 5 defense,
Hey, I'm
top
predicting
5
them to go
offense,
11, win 11, 12 games. I'm not backing off my pick.
Fuck out of here.
You get the fuck out of here.
There's
You said
no
yourself
way.
they had a top 5
There's
defense,
no way.
and now you're telling me they're gonna stink.
No,
Here we go.
they're not.
Haven't
going.
heard this one before.
I haven't heard this one in about 7 minutes.
Every show.
That's right. You
it comes
pick him to
back
go
this
7.
argument between
You
two.
pick him to go 7 and
fucking
10. That was your pick. I have him going 12
I
and
didn't
5.
give you a number. I said to finish in third
7
in their
and 10.
division.
Third?
He doesn't.
Oh, that's right. You did say third.
Who's last? Who do you have finishing last?
You said Jets.
Jets.
Wow.
I think Dolphins win it.
Dolphins are winning.
Dude, I was watching. Do you ever
Dolphins
watch?
win it.
Have you ever watched First Things First?
No.
It's a Fox show.
No. I'll tell you why. Because they have a scab on there named Nick Wrong.
No. Oh, okay. So maybe it's not that one. It's called.
Well, even if Dolphins don't
it's
win
the
it, I
one
mean,
with
still have the
LaShawn
Bills. Either way,
McCoy.
I think 2 is going to get
I
through the
think-
season.
It's the one with
If he
LaShawn
does, then
McCoy.
They have a
they're going
shot. I still think they
Have
win.
you watched that show with LaShawn McCoy? Today they had
That's
TJ.
on Fox.
Yeah, they had TJ Hushmanzada on, and they had. I think it was
Was
Joe
Hushman
Hayden.
Zada good?
Hushmanzada was actually the best one.
Who's the guy I can't stand? The little skinny bearded guy.
Is this Good Morning Football?
No, it's Fox.
It's a Fox show. It's
Fox
terrible.
Sports.
Fuck.
They have the
It's a
annoying guy, the bearded annoying guy.
Nick Wrong.
No.
He's on the other one.
Yeah, he's on First Things
He's a
First. That's-
knucklehead.
Him
That
and
dude-
Chris Broussard. Oh my God, that's
Yeah,
tough to watch.
That's tough to watch. That's why I've never watched them. You can't. You turn them on, you're like, oh,
I
Lord.
did- It's
Chris
fun, though.
Broussard,
It's
who
fun,
else is
though.
on there with them?
But they were crushing Daniel Jones. They were crushing the Patriots.
Of course they were. No surprise.
They
there.
were saying they have no number one receiver.
They don't right now, but it's going to be
That's
Taekwondo
correct.
Thornton.
There's no.
They
number
don't
one.
right now, but it's going to be Taekwondo Thornton.
It's not Schuster Smith. It's not Jason.
No,
that
he's
the
the number
Baylor-
2.
is that the Baylor
That's the
burner?
Baylor burner.
I think you're
kid's-
getting carried away with him.
No, I'm
I
not.
just-
That kid's filthy. And when
You're
he did play,
talking
he was
about
awesome.
him like he's Romeo Dobbs, and he's not.
I'm
even
talking
Romeo
about him like he's
Dobbs.
the Pats going to be the
Romeo
Pats number 1
Dobbs?
He
receiver.
was the one in Green Bay where he's like, Aaron Rodgers has his new guy, Romeo Dobbs.
No,
Got
actually,
him
I'm
in the
not.
fourth round.
No, I'm not. This guy was a 2nd-round pick.
Yeah.
Number 1. Number 2, okay, he was the fastest guy in the
Oh.
draft. Number 3,
Oh
he's
my
6'2" and a
God.
half. And when he did play, which
gonna
was rare,
die-
this guy
he's
used
dying
him, he
on that
caught 2
hill.
touchdowns. So he's got potential.
Speaking of fastest guy in the draft, I just read that the guy who set the record for fastest 40 time at the combine retired.
Who was that?
He was a
He
no-name
beat
receiver.
Chris Johnson, right? Chris Johnson had it.
4.22. They said it was.
Bo Jackson ran a 4.1.
No, Chris Johnson set the record.
Not at the
one point.
combine, apparently.
The fastest 40 time ever recorded by a football player is Bo Jackson. He ran a 4.1. I don't know where he ran it,
This
but he
said
ran it.
at the combine.
Because
combine.
enough
That's what we're
coaches have
talking
sworn
about.
by it, so they can't all be lying.
I said at the combine. You said fastest player in the draft, so it just made me think of what I saw.
How long did he play?
Not long, and he didn't do anything.
Probably because he couldn't catch.
Just look up fastest 40 in draft history.
That's what I'm looking at.
Oh my God,
Why would you ask that question, knowing that phone, knowing the history?
This phone is what is this?
John Ross.
He's not
All
gone.
time.
They just signed him.
Just retired.
No,
Today.
He's from Clemson, right?
I don't know.
He's on
He's
our
gotta have
roster.
his-
4.22 seconds. He retired today.
Oh, really?
So he wasn't on any team, right?
I think he was. But that's crazy.
No, he was
that
on a roster.
He's got the fastest.
Somebody was trying to
combine 40
resurrect
ever.
him.
Well, for a wide receiver. Maybe it's for a wide receiver.
Oh, that would make
That's
sense.
why
'cause, yeah,
Bose
'cause
is quicker.
Yeah, Bose
Yep.
is, yeah.
Yeah, it is
Main
wide
event.
receiver.
Dalvin Cook, you can definitely get him for $10 million, and I think he'd help whoever he joins.
No doubt.
I would tend to agree with him, given Buffalo's running back situation, that he might help. Because Damian Harris, while very talented, is also injury prone, why the Pats let him go. Because he ran for 1,000 yards for the Patriots one year, but then he never stayed healthy again. So,
Well, and to y'all's point that you were making, I don't know, a week or two ago, it's better to have depth at the running back position.
that's the most likely position to get hurt. It just is. They go through them. I listen to fantasy guys, and every fuck by week 4, it's like somebody's gone down.
And if you can get Dalvin Cook for 10 mil 1 year,
Yeah,
it's totally worth
yeah,
it.
and he's 28. So
Who needs him?
He's worth it. He's worth it.
I think a lot of teams need him.
I think he's worth a 2-3 year deal.
Yeah, especially if you have another back there already, we can split time with him. He lasts longer. I mean, you want to have 2 backs.
So I have a question. Most likely, so we talked about this a little bit the other day, and I said, hey, would you trade somebody for Devontae Adams, or would you? Which are the teams out there that are going to suck this year? Have really good players. Chiefs wide receiver John. Oh,
Unexpectedly
yeah,
retired.
Yeah. So which one of those teams out there that are going to suck this year are going to trade that guy this year? Like, do the Rams suck
Maybe
so
it's Aaron
bad?
Donald.
Maybe it's Aaron Donald.
Do who's out
I
there?
mean-
The Raiders suck so bad.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams.
Josh Jacobs is
a
still
lot of
not-
candidates there, right?
I don't know
Like,
what he's going to do.
who else is out there that's not going to be good this year? That has players that are going to get traded away to a contender? Like,
What about the
Cleveland.
command-
Cleveland's not going to be good, I don't think.
No, that's a tough call.
I think
And-
Nick
and-
Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb.
Well, that's what we were talking about running backs, but there's
They got
other.
some defensive players they could trade. They could trade Miles Garrett to a contender.
Jadeveon Clowney. Is it Clowney?
You
They
think?
have him
I
now?
don't think the Browns suck bad enough to start trading pieces away, though.
You're
I think
probably
they're-
right. But
I think you're looking at
it
third and
depends
fourth
on what
place.
Deshaun Watson looks
It
like.
does.
And they're not better than Baltimore, and they're not better than
Because if
Cincinnati.
Deshaun Watson looks bad,
What if he's
they
Deshaun
are in
Watson, though?
salary cap hell because that entire contract
If he's Deshaun
is
Watson,
guaranteed.
What if he's Deshaun? What if he's the
can't
dude?
If he's
Train him.
Deshaun Watson, then they'll be good.
that'd be good.
That's what I'm saying.
But
So-
if-
But if he's not, 256
Thing is, though,
on the
he has
books.
to be an elite. He can't be average.
I think
Average ain't going to get it.
Let's see
He
what
has to be
happens. I don't think I could call that one either way, but let's see what happens.
Right
I
now,
think
they're at best.
based
they're
on what he
not
did last year, you'd say he sucked this year.
What about this? Commanders.
Huh.
New
The
ownership.
receiver,
New
McCollum.
ownership group. If they're not playing well, do they say, blow this shit up? Let's
Terry
rebuild."
McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin. Who's the
But
running
he's
back?
young.
Is Gibson pretty? The running back. He's pretty good too, right?
The
Gibson?
guy that got shot.
Is that him?
I don't know
No,
if that's
that's a
Gibson.
different guy. Gibson is the guy from Liberty.
Yeah. I mean,
They got a running back who's pretty. I don't know who he is, but he's pretty good.
Samuel's another receiver on that team, but he's too young. He's like a. I don't
So you
you
think
trade
about
guys
those
like
guys
that.
that have the guy. He's on big
Them,
contract, ready to
you
go
know,
somewhere.
Like, I don't know who Atlanta has, but
Atlanta is young and
I can just say
rebuilding.
Tampa Bay. Godwin and
Godwin
Evans
and
and
Evans,
Mike Evans
yeah.
are both could make.
They need to strip it.
Yeah,
They also
those
have some
two could
defensive
definitely.
pieces, right? Like White.
They have some O line pieces.
They do.
Yeah,
have
Jefferson, if he they didn't, they were all injured last year.
Do they
Gibson,
have a left
Gibson came back.
tackle?
some. So
Not
basically,
that
you're
you want to
saying,
trade away a left tackle.
yeah.
Not if you got a quarterback. I mean,
Tommy's
They
like,
don't.
yeah. Do they have a left tackle?
I don't know. They
serious.
didn't have a
I
guard
always thought
tackle.
the
or
Jets
center
would love to
before.
have him.
Right, that's what I was thinking. It's like the Jets can make a trade for their left tackle, give him Mekhi Becton and picks.
Sure, whatever. At that
You know,
point, like,
Probably
you need
want
him.
picks.
Yeah, they definitely want picks. But then you also give him a
so-
body to.
No, you got to
Play
get him
left tackle.
Yeah, you need a legit.
So you think
legit-
Tampa in that division?
Tampa?
is gonna
Those
be,
three guys on offense.
but I'm saying, do you think in that division they're going to get?
the problem is nobody in that division is really that good? I mean, Derek Carr.
I think
is,
New Orleans
is
is
the best
not
quarterback
good.
in that
I'm just
division.
saying, like,
I'm interested in Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bryce Young and that
Yeah.
tight end.
So
Schultz
who is this?
yeah.
Tampa, Carolina, New Orleans, and Atlanta, right?
Atlanta.
And Atlanta, dude, didn't they draft, what's his face
The
you
running
said?
back.
Yeah, they
Bijan?
got Robinson.
In Texas.
But like,
Their running
who's
game
their
last year was one of
quarterback?
the tops in the league.
Pitts can't catch the ball because you have to be throw it to him.
And he's still.
Unless Taylor Heineke comes in.
He is. And I think he's going to start. Shock the world.
I mean, if it's a run-heavy offense and you bring Taylor Heineke in,
The best bet is the Saints, right? But then are you saying like
Derek Carr is the safe bet.
I don't like the Saints. I think I like
Their
Carolina
defense is still
better.
legit.
Yeah, they do have a good
They have good
defense.
defense.
I always
Well, the
underestimate
thing is,
that.
Alvin Kamara hasn't been healthy in 3 years. That's the problem. They don't. And Michael Thomas, the receiver, he
that
hasn't
guy
been
can't
healthy
get
in
healthy,
3 years
yeah.
either.
Olave?
They can't stay
Olave is
healthy.
pretty good.
Yeah, he is pretty good.
I like Olave.
But I'm saying that
true, I
Thomas or
forgot about
Thompson,
him.
whatever his name is, and the two best offensive weapons haven't been healthy in like 2-3 years.
so let's
So every
see.
year they get submarined by their offense.
Okay, so it's a really
it's a bit-
We're saying it's a
I mean,
crapshoot.
let me
So
ask you
Saints
something.
get 9 wins and
If
win
those
that
two,
division.
what
It says
if
a
those two
crapshoot.
guys stayed healthy with Derek Carr for the whole year, if they actually did that,
They could be good.
They could be good.
Yeah.
So, but they have. We'll just find out. And the Saints do have a good defense.
And they just
But
re-signed.
to your point about the trade deadline, Tampa Bay, those two receivers,
and
they could put somebody over the
this
top.
is very
Either one.
newsworthy. You have to pay attention. They also re-signed Jimmy Graham.
The Saints.
Yeah. I'm joking.
That is weird though.
He was
that they
everybody's
signed him.
favorite fantasy tight end forever, right? Back in the day,
That
Jimmy
was
Graham.
as bad as your off-year joke.
Yeah.
That might have been worse.
They did
What they say?
re-sign-
He's 36 now, right? He's
Why
old.
would they
Who
sign him?
cares?
Just so he could retire? He's gonna
maybe
retire.
like who knows?
One-day
Maybe
contract.
it's yeah.
I
You
mean,
think he's going to go out for training camp?
I don't see how.
They have him out there holding blocking
Did
pads.
he
and
play
stuff.
last year?
Who had him?
I don't even think he played. Did he?
Yeah, he was in the league, but
But there was like he was Bears, Seahawks.
It was the Bears,
Was
right?
it the Bears?
I think
I don't
it
know
was
who it
Bears.
was. Whoever it was.
I think the
He
Bears.
didn't exist.
He
He
was
hasn't
Seahawks
existed in a
first,
little
I think,
while.
then the Bears.
What do you
Yeah.
think about the Bears this year?
They got DJ Moore, the receiver.
I know.
That's
Everybody's
gonna help.
like picking
But
fields,
Montgomery's
picking
gone.
fields.
Where did Montgomery go?
He went to Detroit.
Detroit, yeah. Shit,
They
Detroit.
replaced
I'm telling you,
Swift
Detroit.
with Montgomery. I think that's actually an upgrade.
Yeah,
David
Montgomery's
Montgomery and
David
Jameer
Montgomery's a
Gibbs.
beast.
And Jameer Gibbs.
And Jamal Williams,
And Jamal
who
Williams.
I think led all running backs in
Detroit
touchdowns
is
last
going to
year.
win that
I had him in
division.
fantasy.
Detroit's winning that division, and they're going to the playoffs.
Detroit's going to win
It
that
might be
division.
interesting to see them as a good team in the playoffs. Like
If
course it
they
would
drafted the kid last year from Michigan was the defensive player,
Aiden
and they
Hutchinson.
drafted he had a good
Yeah.
rookie year. They drafted more their defense. They could stop anybody. They were 9-8. They couldn't stop a nosebleed.
but their offense is coming around too.
Their
And-
offense, they put up 35 on
and,
you.
and they got Goff, and they got Goff.
Yeah, Goff is
actually
good.
being a quarterback.
Yeah, because Matt Patricia ain't there no more.
But do you think
There's a
they're
pattern
better
with
than
this asshole.
Are they better than the Vikings though?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
They are
That
better.
quickly?
Yeah, that quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vikings have no
First
defense.
of all, the Dolphins, they can't stop a
Vikings won the
nosebleed.
division last year.
Can't.
Not this year, they're
Not
not.
this year.
By the way, they won. They had
Detroit's got
9
them.
one-score games, and you saw that game in Buffalo when Josh Allen
Detroit-
fumbled going in on the goal
Detroit's
line when
got
they would
them.
have lost.
Detroit's got them.
Detroit's going to beat them this year.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what Green Bay does.
I don't know about that. I think
I'm
I've
because
got
Green Bay has a
Detroit.
good defense, right?
I've got
I'll pick the
Detroit-
Vikings
I've
over
got Detroit, Chicago second, Minnesota third, Green Bay last. Chicago's going to tell you right now. Chicago's, yep.
Problem with Chicago is if he breaks his leg in game 2, their whole season is done.
And if your quarterback breaks his leg in game 2, your season is done.
No,
And
but
if my-
no, that
Yeah, if they
Justin
lose Jalen
Fields is-
Hurts,
yeah,
if they lose Jalen Hurts, they're done.
but
and he knows it.
he's not as prone. You know what I'm saying? Like
He still runs.
I know, but Justin Fields,
Yeah, but
I feel
they-
like is
Justin
They just
Fields
got him
does
a
run
he's
more
a
Yeah,
than-
but
risk.
yeah, you know why? He
He
didn't have a
ran more
number
than he
one.
should.
Now he's got a number one.
No, I
DJ
know,
Moore.
but the number
He's not
one's
gonna run as
not
much.
fixing everything. DJ Moore's not.
No, but you can't put 8 in the box anymore. That's
Right,
going
but
to
he's
help.
not the second coming
and
of,
they
like-
got Montgomery too. They got
No.
more. Oh, I'm sorry, he's gone. Who's the
gave
guy?
him up.
Did they draft a running back?
not one that I know. I don't think.
I thought they
I
drafted.
don't know
a
what the
running
Bears
back.
have.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Chicago.
Their receiving core is like
Chicago.
Moore and Mooney.
DJ Moore is good.
Isn't
Mooney.
it Claypool? They
traded for Claypool.
Didn't he?
He was at the
Pittsburgh
Steelers.
first, then who got him? Didn't he go somewhere
Chicago.
else?
He went to
He
Chicago.
went to Chicago?
Yeah.
I heard he's a malcontent.
But he was kind of I don't know about malcontent, but I just
So
know
here are
he's-
their picks:
Didn't do great. in
Darnell
Pittsburgh.
Wright, Gervon Dexter Sr., Tyreek Stevenson, Zach Pickens,
Roscoe B.
Roshan,
Coltrane?
Roshan Johnson, Tyler Scott, Noah Sewell, Terrell Smith, Travis Bell. I knew none of these people.
Yeah.
None of them. That means. Let me see.
Tyler Scott, it looks like, was there. Tyler Scott.
Let me see. Their roster, because last year he was throwing to the cheerleaders.
Well, they could catch.
Roshan Johnson is a running
His
back.
top receiver was a tight end named Komet who had
Yeah.
544 yards.
They just
Actually, he was a
re-signed him.
sleeper this year. I
He had
think,
7
probably.
touchdowns. He was
Fantasy,
I
by the way.
picked him
he's-
up.
Fantasy this year, he might be a beast with DJ Moore.
Well, that's what
on the
Matthew
side.
Berry's saying.
Well, Matt,
Oh my God, who is
Whatever.
Equanimous St. Brown?
I don't ever have to draft a tight end,
He's
so I don't
wishing
care.
he was.
Equanimous. Who the
He's wishing
fuck?
he was Amon Ross.
Yeah,
Fuck is
That guy
Equanimous?
can play.
yeah.
That is a name.
Equanimous.
Equanimous.
see.
Look at the name. Oh, sorry.
Equanimous. That is
Equanimous. That is a long one.
All right, Equanimous.
Equanimous. Right there, you gotta.
He's got to have some cool nicknames.
Yeah.
Gotta. E.
EQ. EQ, where you at?
Or
telling
spelt the
Equi.
equanimous. What is that? What is that?
Equanimous.
The equator. What do they call that?
Dude, he's 6'5".
What is
Wow.
he?
He's
He's a
yeah, he came out of Notre Dame. How the fuck have he came out of Notre Dame?
Was he on the
He's
practice
26 years old. Oh, he was a 6th round pick. That's why.
Okay.
squad?
Well, he'll be good. I mean, you know.
6'5".
I love every year the Giants draft some like tall receiver in the 5th to 7th round, and if you watch the stories about him, they're like, he's going to be such a help in the red zone. He never
touches the field.
He's never in the fucking
Well,
game.
Danny Dimes isn't throwing the ball in the red zone.
No, he's handed it to fucking Saquon.
Yeah, 15 TDs.
Yeah.
That's almost one a game. Oh, it's less than one a game.
Yeah, and he has
Less than
Slayton.
one TD a game.
Yeah, no weapons.
$40 million less than one TD a game.
Not
But
his
what
fault.
did he run?
No weapons.
He ran 8 scores.
I'll tell you what, you give him
No offense.
you give him
I'm
DK
not-
Metcalf and Tyler Lockett and tell me what his numbers are.
Or AJ Brown and
Or
Devontae Smith.
or AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. Or you give him Waddle and Tyreek Hill and tell me what he does.
Okay.
Because I know what Tua did without them, which was nothing, which was less than this guy. So
Give me
that's
Chris
a fact.
Carter and Randy Moss and
I'm saying,
Dante Culpepper. to
in a
throw the ball.
passing league, though, you got to have a
Okay.
number one.
Good to know.
What was your guy before he got a number
Good to know.
one?
He's just saying all the quarterbacks you're saying
Yeah,
are better
all you
have
need-
weapons.
that-
Yeah, but I'm saying
weapons.
you give Danny Dimes weapons. I don't know that he's that much better than like.
I think
not
he's a
better
t-
than Jalen Hurts.
If he can complete 67% of his passes with no weapons, what can he do with weapons?
I don't.
In a division that
is
was
he
as good as
better than
yours.
Dak?
Jalen Hurts has the best offensive
Line,
line. in football.
everything.
Not
Your
better.
guy.
One of the best wideout combos.
Yeah,
I
in
know.
football.
Okay,
One of
stop.
the- yeah.
But
Dak- one of the
Dak
best
I'm not
Prescott,
saying he's better than
Dak
Jalen Hurts.
Prescott or any other
Prescott's
guy.
a fraud.
Dak has a great offensive line and still threw more.
I will
picks
tell
than
you
Dimes
this:
last year.
if I will say this, and you can if you swapped
He threw more picks than Danny Dimes last year
Yeah.
in less games.
in less games,
Look
with
at how
more
many,
weapons.
Look at how many
I think
touchdowns
with
he
more
threw.
weapons.
Daniel Jones was the Cowboys
won-
quarterback
they
last
don't won the
year.
Super Bowl.
They might have beat
They
the
might have won-
fucking San
Yep.
Francisco 49ers.
Yep, they would have.
So
Because
do
he
you-
wouldn't have thrown 2 picks in the fucking when they were
Is it?
driving.
Would you trade him for Brock Purdy?
I don't know what Purdy is. He played 6
He played 6 games. I don't know what he is. And by the way, he's got tons of weapons around him.
That's true.
Maybe some of
Fucking
the
look
best
at
in
his
the league.
weapons. You shit
That might
me?
be the best combo in the league.
Oh my
Kirk
God, Debo
Cousins.
and
an
Kittles.
offensive line.
Yeah.
What
and
about Kirk Cousins?
Oh my God.
I think Cousins is better than Daniel Jones.
Let me
He's
think.
never done anything. He's had weapons.
Who doesn't?
He's
who-
never done anything. He's had weapons. His whole fucking please. That Minnesota's loaded offensively.
That's
He's
true.
never won a fucking
For
thing.
some reason,
Bullshit.
I think Cousins is a good QB.
He went in there and beat him.
I know. You're right.
with no Jefferson
Yeah,
and
he
no who's the kid on the other side, the white dude? What's his name? Thalen and no. I mean, look, Saquon and those two are a wash. I'll give you that. But the tight end, remember the tight end they got from Detroit, who was filthy, Hawkinson.
Hawkinson.
Yeah, he's got no one like that. Give me a break. It's not even a fair comparison.
That's true.
All right. So
And it's not like the Giants' defense was amazing.
So
this
what
year.
is
They didn't have the Ravens on the other side.
what's a fair comparison
to Daniel Jones?
with no weapons?
But that's the hard part.
That's
Is
the
that
hard- you don't
we really,
know.
Is it Mac Jones?
No, I
Mac
think-
Jones made a Pro Bowl with no weapons, according to you. He was runner-up for AFC
I
Player of the
take-
Year to Jamar Chase.
So
Jamar Chase and him.
I
Mac Jones.
value the double threat, the dual threat of Daniel Jones, and I would rather have him over Mac.
Well, you keep saying he's a dual threat, but if he
He
can't
ran for
throw
700
the
yards.
ball, like
Dude,
15 touchdowns, that's not.
He can't
right?
throw if he has no one to throw to. That's the
He
fucking
really did.
point.
His
Oh,
top
Lamar
wide
Lamar
receiver
Jackson.
was-
What about Lamar Jackson?
What do you
He's
mean?
not better than Lamar
No,
Jackson.
Lamar Jackson was an MVP.
No, I'm not saying he's better than Lamar, but Lamar's a top 5 quarterback.
What,
And
what
he's
are you
also the
arguing?
highest paid
What are
quarterback.
you
I'm just
arguing?
trying to find somebody in the money range, and
Comparison was. So
Yeah.
I think Derek Carr was a good one.
because he doesn't run, we were saying. Like
I know,
run the
but
ball.
still,
Derek Carr's had a lot of weapons.
in terms of value,
he
I
puts
think-
up pretty good numbers, but he doesn't win.
I think Daniel Jones is. I would rather have him than Derek Carr.
Yeah.
And TJ Houshmandzadeh and McCoy and all them, they were saying no. they would rather have Derek Carr. And I was like, I don't think so.
Daniel Jones went to how many playoff wins does Derek Carr have?
I would also say that I would
With
rather
all the
have
weapons
him,
he's
I would
had.
rather have him than Jared Goff too.
No. Until look, I said this before.
Ooh, no.
Why? What has he done?
Jared Goff's been to a Super Bowl.
I'll take Jared Goff all day.
Who did
man.
he have?
Yeah, that team was loaded that he had. The Rams.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was loaded.
But he wasn't loaded in Detroit, and he played a lot better than.
They
They didn't
make the
win.
playoffs.
They didn't make the
playoffs.
playoffs.
I'm not saying they didn't beat the playoffs.
He had
I'm
Amon-Ra
talking
St.
about
Brown,
stats,
two
just the
amazing
stats.
running
Actually,
backs,
this year
a good
he was.
offensive
Yeah,
line.
this year he had way more weapons than
the
And
year
James
still
Jones
the
did.
Giants can
Year
make the
before.
playoffs.
Yeah,
And
year
I
before.
think Goff
year
is in
before,
a,
Matt
and,
Patricia.
and Goff is in
Thank
a
you.
weaker
No.
division. Goff is in a weaker division.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
this
that your
past year.
division is arguably top 2. It's that in the AFC East.
All right. I'm not conceding Danny Dimes because
I just think he's better than
see him.
Goff.
I would love to see him with weapons because I think that he's not
it's-
as good as what.
Well,
he's
you-
not worth $40 million.
I'm saying you can't evaluate him
Well,
until he gets the
he's
weapons.
not
of all
worth-
these,
he's not
all
worth
these
it.
other elite
But
quarterbacks
if the
have
elite
weapons.
ones are getting 60,
Yeah.
maybe Danny is worth 40.
He's not. Not even close, and the elites aren't getting 60. I just read you the list.
A lot of them are getting over 50.
Who'd you say?
I think the top guy, right? Well, it's not anymore, but it was like.
Didn't
52
Herbert just
or
break the
53.
bank? Herbert
broke the bank.
Yeah, Herbert
Yeah.
broke the
He's
bank.
making 60, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he's
Lamar
got
is
loaded
second,
with weapons.
'cause Lamar went
Lamar's
the
what,
first.
59?
53. After those 50s, it drops
No,
to 40s.
I agree.
Then
I
it drops to
think
30s.
DJ's worth like high 20s,
Yeah.
like 29 or something like that, 27.
God, what does it mean Dak's worth?
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Overpaid.
I've always said, I thought Dak was a good quarterback, but last year I really finally saw he lost that playoff game.
Yep,
Of course he did. He gave the ball away.
Yeah, he lost that game.
He lost that game.
And there was a couple games. There was several games throughout the year where he did that.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm
Who
just saying,
else?
It's not hard.
Geno Smith.
Geno got weapons. Look
I mean,
at
he hasn't done anything until boom, he got.
he got
really
weapons,
good
and look
receivers.
what happened. DK
Well, yeah,
Metcalf,
he came
Tyler
in,
Lockett, playoffs.
And look, see, I was making the same argument against this last year coming into that season. Remember that?
Yeah.
I did not trust Daniel Jones. I thought he
but
sucked.
I love Geno.
I
think
defended him.
Geno's
Yes.
amazing. I love Geno.
I don't think Geno's.
Geno's
well,
good, but he
He's
had to
always
have.
been
But
good.
he had to have. He never had any weapons.
No, he never did have any weapons.
And then look what happened when he got.
That's why it's so hard to judge quarterbacks when they go into a situation like that.
Would anybody else have given Danny Dimes $40 million? Any other team?
Depends on his numbers. Depends on his numbers.
15 touchdowns.
With that passing, with those options,
And that O line.
yeah.
Okay. But I'm saying
He had
any
one
other team
weapon.
given it. Or is
No-
anybody
no-
else given that contract?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do the Commanders?
If you believe-
the Commanders
if-
give him that contract?
Deshaun Watson's making $256 million guaranteed.
That's
fully.
one team, and nobody else is ever going to do that again. The Browns are ridiculously stupid.
What's Jared Goff gonna make?
Do the Commanders?
If I were the Commanders, I'd go after fucking
Commanders?
Danny Dimes.
Commanders pay him $40 million a year?
Yeah.
Danny
I
Dimes?
don't know.
I don't know. Those two receivers are pretty good.
They are.
I think he could do work with those two.
Jeez.
McLaren's very good. McLaren's not a good receiver.
But they're whole.
He's
he's
better
a
than any
great
the Giants got.
That's
But
not what
the-
I'm saying. McLaren's a great receiver. I'm just
saying
talking
you
about your
can't-
love for Danny
Well,
Dimes.
Daniel
That's
Jones-
my love. I'm saying he's not being fairly evaluated.
I think
you can't evaluate a guy
Dan-
with no weapons.
Daniel Jones would be an upgrade.
No
for
way.
Washington.
We just gave you examples of
Of course
quarterbacks
he'd be an
before and
upgrade,
after they
but
got
it-
weapons.
But what we're asking is would they pay him $40 million?
I don't fucking know that, but it would be an upgrade, so maybe they would.
I doubt that.
Who else?
Danny Dimes
you
doesn't
look
get that
at-
money anywhere else.
If you look at contract
I think he's better than Kenny Pickett.
he's better than Kyler
No,
Murray.
look at the last season, second half of last season for Kenny Pickett, and you'll eat those words.
I think he's
Really?
better than,
I think he's
Yeah.
better than Kenny
he's
Pickett.
better than Kenny Pickett.
Look at the second half of the year. Last year, Kenny Pickett had
Yeah.
more everything.
And Kenny Pickett also has more weapons. His number one, Dyson's legit. That guy's nasty.
Who?
For the Steelers? That's what we're
Yeah.
talking about, right? Yeah, Dotson or Dyson, whatever. He's a 1,000
No,
yard
the
receiver.
kid out of Georgia.
I'm talking about the kid, the quarterback for the Steelers last year. Okay?
He had the kid from Georgia,
Yeah.
Pickens.
Yeah, and he had. I'm saying he played for the Steelers, did he not?
Yes.
Yeah,
but
Diat's the receiver. He's a legit number one.
Dimes
doesn't have a guy like that. Yeah, he had a 1,000 yards.
Who are you
Dotson-
talking about?
I'll pull him up. Who
What's
am I
his
talking
name?
about? I can't pronounce it. I'll pull
Jahan Dotson? Is that who
him
you're
up. No, he's
thinking?
got it's Dioit something.
But I don't think it's pronounced like that.
It's not pronounced like that. Hold on.
Calm down.
It's Deontay Johnson.
That's
It's his Asian brother, Diatson.
Yeah.
Dotson. What the?
Yeah. and he's better than anybody on the Giants.
Yeah.
He is. He was a 1,000-yard receiver 2 years ago, and last year he had
Kenny
800
Pickett is better than Daniel
No, he's
Jones.
not.
Is my assertion.
Yep, you can take your assertion with his
You
7
can
touchdowns.
kiss my
Oh, by the way, he had
assertion.
say you can kiss her. You can sign on my ass after you kiss it. Look, yeah, your guy, 7 touchdowns, 9 picks.
All right.
Well, after
so,
what?
no,
After what did he do?
I will say
anyway?
this: his completion percentage did go up in the second half of the season.
I think the
But-
Steelers are going to be better than a lot of people think they are next year for sure.
They're 3rd in that division.
I say Daniel.
not
Jones.
better. They're not-
that's
no.
I didn't say
How much better are they? They were 9-8 last year. How much better are they going to be?
Yeah, they're
Because
better than
Baltimore's
people
better.
think. Baltimore's definitely better.
Baltimore's better this year than they were last year. So, and if Deshaun Watson he's got to be better than he was last year. He can't be worse.
Yeah,
I mean, so,
we'll see.
but he's
never know.
He's this
Yeah,
guy
in
Pickett.
Danny Jones' rookie year, he threw
24 touchdowns
yeah.
and 12 picks. This guy threw 7 picks, 9 picks. 7 touchdowns, 9 picks. It's not even close.
I mean, I'd rather have
It
that
ain't fucking
talent
close.
Let's see what it is next year.
We will.
Okay.
Let's see what Danny Dimes does.
He still doesn't have a number 1.
Waller should help him. Waller
will help him. He's better than what they have, but
Waller's
is he?
good.
Yeah.
But it's not like having fucking.
I'll tell you right now, you give him A.J. Brown, or you give him Diggs, or you give him Devontae Adams and tell me what he does. Or the
do what
cheetah.
Jalen Hurts does with them.
How do you know? He's never had him. And by the way, what did Jalen Hurts do without him? Nothing. Nothing. He did nothing. So don't give me that crap. In fact, he got bounced in the first round of the playoffs.
Did you
This
go
guy
Willy
won a
Wonka?
game.
Did you
What?
just go Willy Wonka?
Yes, you get nothing.
Nothing.
You lose. Good day, sir.
I said good day.
I said, yeah.
But we have Tommy over here talking about, as a Giants fan,
I'm saying Danny
would
Dimes
rather have
is a 67%
Kirk
completion guy
Cousins
with no.
or
He doesn't mean that.
he doesn't mean it.
He
It
didn't
doesn't go
evaluate
with
it.
your argument, or it
Oh,
doesn't
really?
mean
What
because-
if Danny Dimes had Jefferson and Phelan?
Well, that's
what would
the
he do
thing-
with those two
That's
guys?
the thing I haven't been able
And
to say.
and Hockenstein. What would he do with those
No,
guys?
I told you. I went into last
Well, he did
year.
that. Cousins actually did that in Washington. His receivers were amazing,
He's had more weapons than Danny Dimes has ever had.
but he earned his money.
I'm not saying he's not
throwing
a
to
good
crap
quarterback. I'm
receivers.
saying he's got more weapons than this kid. That's all
You
I'm
think
saying.
so? I don't know. I don't remember any of
There's
those. I don't
nobody-
remember any of those commanders
There-
that he was throwing the ball to. Kirk
Are you going to
Cousins,
remember
who
any?
did he throw the
If
command-
we
who did
didn't
he
keep
throw
saying the
ball
Giants
to?
receivers, you would know who they are.
You definitely wouldn't know.
You would know who any of the Giants
In
receivers
5
are.
years, Darius
Yeah.
Slayton,
Darius Slayton, yeah.
Richie James,
First ballot Hall of
Isaiah
Famer, that guy.
Hodgins.
Yeah.
Slayton's probably the only name that I
Bum,
would even
scab,
remotely
scrub.
recognize.
Yeah,
And
Danny
that's
doesn't-
because he played for Detroit, I think, for a little bit.
I don't think so.
Slayton,
I'm
Darius
saying
Slayton.
to you in a
They
I'm
passing
thinking of
league.
somebody else.
They drafted
In a
Slayton.
passing
They
league, a
signed
quarterback
another-
has to have a true number 1 to be evaluated fairly. That's all.
All
I'm
right. Number one,
'Cause I looked at-
amazing wide receiver this year, Calvin Ridley.
saying. Yep.
Calvin Ridley's going to smoke it this
Yep.
year.
He is.
Trevor Lawrence is going
He
to
was
look
a
like a
1,000-yard
stud.
receiver before he
Is
got
Trevor,
hurt, or
Trevor,
suspended.
Who would you rather have, Trevor Lawrence or Danny Jones?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
But Trevor Lawrence, to me, is a top 10 quarterback in this league right now.
He can't run like Danny, but he sure as hell can throw.
Tell you, he's
better.
got an arm, man. And he can throw
He
on
can't
the
run
run.
like Daniel
No,
Jones.
but he can
No,
throw
no,
on
no.
the run.
Daniel
He's
Jones
filthy.
is fast, but yeah.
Daniel
Yeah.
Jones has a good arm too.
He does. I'm saying
People
Trevor
shit on
Lawrence,
his-
though.
I'm just saying,
Trevor
Trevor
Lawrence has an
Lawrence-
elite.
Trevor Lawrence is like fucking.
What's he
John
making,
Elway,
9
I
a
get
year
it.
or something?
He was the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yeah, but he's not making a ton of cash yet.
He will soon.
Yeah, he'll be up there.
His next contract going to be huge.
Now, when it comes to Joe Burrow and Daniel Jones, that's where it's tough for me.
Joe Burrow.
I'm trying to
Well,
think.
what do you think Joe
Jordan
Burrow looks
Love
like
or
without his
Daniel
weapons?
Jones?
Love or Daniel?
Daniel
Yeah,
Jones.
Are you thinking about that?
That's a no-brainer.
Nobody's even seen Jordan Love play in 4
He's
years.
had one half of football in 2 years.
Okay.
In 4 years.
I'm not going to run Daniel Jones down. Right now, Daniel Jones.
According to you, the ball
Justin
boy
Fields?
is better than Daniel Jones.
Justin Fields or Daniel Jones? That's
That's a
kind
good
of
one.
a good.
That's a good one.
comparison.
That's a good one.
Because
I
Justin
haven't
Fields
seen-
could be good. We don't know yet.
Well, he does have a number 1 though.
Right.
He does have a legit number 1 in DJ Moore.
but since we haven't really seen it,
No, we don't know yet.
Yeah. Can we stop calling DJ? I mean, DJ Moore's good, but like number
not number
one,
one?
number one.
He's
I
not
mean,
number
like, number one. Like,
He's a number 1.
Let's
well,
look
think
at his
about
stats.
think about AJ Brown, number one. He has across from him another good receiver.
If there
like,
are 32
is
teams in
DJ
this
Moore
league,
good enough to be a number one by himself? Like, or is he just like?
Hasn't he been that?
hasn't he been at his
Yeah,
whole
but-
career?
I don't know.
He's got 1,000. I mean,
I can't knock him. I don't
Let's
know
see,
enough
let's
about
see.
him.
we'll
I
pull
better-
up his career stats and find it. You'll be
I'm
right.
sure they're good.
Okay, so his
But what I'm
rookie-
saying is, like, it doesn't have that talent that's like.
let's look though. His rookie year, 55 catches, 788 yards.
Rookie year.
Year after that, and who knows who was throwing the ball to him in 2018.
that's true.
Was Cam still there?
Who
No, that was
cares?
2015. He was
It doesn't
gone by
even
then.
matter. It doesn't even matter.
So it was
it
like
does
Sam
matter.
Darnold, maybe?
It's somebody horrible, regardless.
Then 2019, 87 catches,
For how many yards?
1,175.
That's the second year, right?
That's second year.
What's his third year?
Okay, so his third year, 2020, he drops off a little bit. Not in yardage, though. Only 66 catches, but it's still 1,193 yards. More yards.
Okay.
So he had more yards but less catches.
Okay.
He's a number one, but he's not like an overwhelming like.
Because you
Well,
don't
it's
hear
not
about
DK
him.
Metcalf.
Yeah, but
He's
you
not
know,
AJ Brown.
they
He's
never
not- that's what I'm
win, so
saying.
you don't
I'm not
hear
saying
about
like
him.
he's
But also at the same time, he's not, I don't think he's ever really had a true quarterback.
right.
That's fair.
So that's kind of like, it's like the reverse.
yeah.
Oh, Devontae Adams, right? Come on.
Well, Devontae
He
Adams
doesn't have
had
a
fucking
quarterback
Aaron
anymore.
And
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm talking about last year in Las Vegas. He didn't have
Derek
a fucking
Carr's-
quarterback.
Derek Carr's good.
Throwing, he's good. He's not, he's
Yeah,
not
but he
Aaron
didn't have him the
Rodgers.
whole year. And he still put up 1,600 yards.
Oh, if you want
He's
to talk about
arguably
that,
the-
how about DeAndre Hopkins, who you think stinks?
He does. I don't think he stinks.
He
That's
had
an over.
no
that's
one
an
throwing him the ball.
exaggeration.
Kyler Murray.
All right, yeah, I am exaggerating. You
Kyler
just-
I don't think
Murray.
he
Let's be
stinks.
clear. Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott are having a long-running debate about who's the most overpaid fucker in this league right now. Those two. So they are. I don't know who it
I
is.
think you
No,
throw
Deshaun
Dan-
Watson.
I
You
think
got to
you-
throw Deshaun Watson in there.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
Danny
guaranteed
Dimes
money.
is in the next tier of that group.
Maybe. I wouldn't get mad if somebody said that.
Yeah. Okay.
But if he goes out there with Darren Waller
And does better? And they're in the playoffs again.
Makes
and they win
progression.
two
They get a
games,
one.
They
or
win
whatever.
two
Needs a
games.
one.
I'd be
Let's
like,
see.
damn.
I'm open to being wrong.
I'm just saying, if you took those two guys off of Philly, what's Jalen Hurts in the passing game?
Yeah.
What
See,
is he?
the tough part about I think that's true.
He's
It's
throwing
fair.
to Goddard.
We've
He's
actually
throwing to
seen
Quez
it.
Watkins.
He ain't putting
He's
up the
throwing
numbers
to.
he's putting
We've
up
seen
nowhere
it when he
near
just had Devontae Smith. It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Now that was also Devontae's first year, so you
yeah.
have to.
But in
Take
2
that
years,
into
in
account.
back-to-back years, he got 2 ones basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
When has Danny Dimes had that happen to him?
And he also has the best fucking offensive line in football
Yeah, right now.
by far.
By-
I think we
no
should
one-
continue this segment. Just a, you all continue on. Just
I am. And
continue
yet,
to.
and
What's
yet,
it, stroke
continue-
it?
Matt
yeah.
Patricia's on your staff.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Dude, the Eagles are built. The Eagles are well built.
the fucking equipment
They are well
manager.
built, except for one.
He's the equipment
They do
manager.
have
guy
a
in the
mole.
trunk.
They've got a mole.
The guy in the trunk.
Got
They've got
him
a
all.
mole.
The guy in the trunk. And the back seat folds.
Got a special job for you, Matt.
Yep.
It's really important to the team.
Yep.
Keeps
Yep.
everybody safe.
Yep.
We have you washing jock straps and a golf ball washing machine.
Okay, so here's the question.
An awful lot of money to pay a jock strap.
Here's the
for.
question for you. Would you trade? This will kind of let me know how you feel about Daniel Jones. Would you trade Mac Jones for Daniel Jones?
Ask him that.
No, he didn't ask. He didn't
I
answer.
did ask. I know he
didn't
didn't
answer.
answer.
Mac Jones made a Pro Bowl.
I know. I know.
And by the way, the problem is that Josh McDaniels is not. He's just better than the idiot that came after him, but he's not really good. The best coordinator he's had is the one he's got right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know what
But
his ceiling
skill
is.
set- but I know, but
I don't know what his
Danny
ceiling
Dimes.
And we
is.
also don't know Danny's.
Mac-
So,
Yeah, I don't know.
so
Mac Jones for Danny Dimes. What do you
that's,
think?
that's a tough one for him. That means Danny could be good.
I think Danny. I've been defending him for a year and a half.
I know.
Why?
Because you can't evaluate a guy.
No, I
Without-
don't disagree with that.
I'm just
Oh.
saying.
but
Hate you for that.
There are
yeah,
too many.
but-
Remember when Tua didn't have Waddle and he was nothing.
He was nothing.
They didn't think he was going to get out of the season. Then he looks like an MVP candidate until he got his concussion.
okay, like
I'm saying you can't. There's too many examples to prove this. It's not even close. I'm telling you, if you give
It's
any
tough
one
to
of these
argue.
guys a number one, see what they do. Just see what they do. Because I know what happened to your guy when he got 2 number ones. So all of a sudden he looks like fucking.
I'm not
Oh my
arguing that. I'm
Jesus.
just saying like I don't think Danny Dimes does
He's
what
never-
a
he's never-
$40 million quarterback does.
Well, maybe they know.
and
the
maybe
market.
Dak doesn't either. And maybe that's why they're getting 40 instead.
I
of
would
50.
take Danny Dimes over
Danny
Dak.
did
I'll
the
tell you that
same
right
thing
now.
that Dak did last year.
No. Dak is so far ahead of Danny Dimes in terms of like
No, but in
throwing the
terms of
football
leading
and the
his
stats
team,
that are
he led his
associated with
team
his
to the
always
divisional
had
rounds.
I-
He won a wild
He's
card game.
always had weapons.
No, I'm saying the stats are not even close.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's
no,
always
no, I
had
know.
weapons.
I know.
Sure.
Yeah,
But
give
it's
him
not
Amari
even
Cooper and
close.
CeeDee Lamb and see what he does with
It's
him.
not even close.
Because he doesn't have the
But
weapons.
to your point, I think a $40 million quarterback should win more than one game in the playoffs. Dak has not done that.
No, he hasn't.
Neither's
In fact, he's lost. a
I
few.
know, but you're saying
He's lost a
You're
few.
saying Dak does what a $40 million quarterback
No,
does.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You better not be.
No,
So
I'm
then he's
saying
not that far ahead.
he
of Daniel
does more
Jones.
than what Daniel Jones does.
Because he has more weapons, and that's it.
Sure,
that's all.
whatever. That's
That's-
fine.
You're
but
right.
He still does.
Fact.
You know that's true as fuck.
It's fact.
Also, another great offensive line. The Giants' offensive line for the
Stinks.
past
I
5
always
years
feel like you're just
has
making
been worse.
excuses. You
It's
guys.
been worse.
One
than
man
the
can't
NFL.
win a game.
Giants O line has been worse. Bottom
I can't believe
quarter for the last 5
you
years.
have your own example of this in your house. You saw Jalen Hurts before he got those two, and you've seen him after he got those two. It's night and day. And he was good before
I
he got
still
those
take
two.
Jalen Hurts
But everybody
over
said
Danny Dimes.
when they played when
I
they
would still
lost
take
to
Hurts over
when they
Dimes.
when
I
they
would
lost
too.
to
I
when they
would too.
lost to
Hey, right there, he
I'm
just
not saying
said
he's
it.
better than Hurst. I'm just saying that Hurst his level went up 2 levels because he got.
I'm
freaking
not saying he
weapons.
did. I just said I
So
still
what do you
take
think
him.
he won't?
So it's not a good example because I still take him before him.
He may still be the better quarterback, but I'm saying this guy doesn't have any weapons to compete with.
It's just we don't know what
I don't.
the ceiling
we don't
is.
know
I'm
what
not
his ceiling
disagreeing that
is.
his wide receivers suck. I'm saying that he's not as good. Like, one, you don't know, and two, I don't think he's as good as what you.
I
think
know he did a
is.
lot with very little.
You wouldn't trade Mac Jones for him.
I don't know. I don't know what Mac
That's kind of
Jones'
a cop
ceiling
out,
is.
either yes
The
or
only thing I
no.
know is Mac Jones made a Pro Bowl with no weapons.
All right.
That's all I know.
We'll call the Danny Dimes segment.
I
over.
think he's one of the top 14, 15
call
quarterbacks in the league.
We'll call the Danny Dimes segment over.
I'm just saying.
That was fun though.
It was fun
Thanks for letting me talk about Danny Dimes.
for a half hour.
I appreciate that.
Anyway, we're approaching the
was
2-hour
good
mark. This is the
conversation.
longest, officially the longest recording in
think
history.
we're out. We're out.
done, ladies and gentlemen.
48.
I'm out. Bye,
We're
guys.
out.
Peace.
There goes the fixture.
Working
Not even
from
giving a
home.
proper send-off. The
Working from home.
highly
tomorrow.
questionable. And everybody's working from home tomorrow, right?
No.
Oh, you got to go in the office?
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I
Yeah.
hate to be in your shoes.
You have to.
No.
Anyway, you guys enjoy the weekend. When did the Women's Cup, when did the girls play again? Ladies Cup. When's the next
We'd
World
have to
Cup?
take a look. I don't know.
I'm going to Ocean City tomorrow.
Yeah, so we'll be back. Are we going Sunday night or Monday night? We'll be back.
I'm coming back Monday night.
All right.
Sorry.
I'll see you Sunday night tomorrow.
Segments-
I won't do it.
Segment is over.
Good night.
Yes.
Bye. Oh, remember, don't be Aaron.
Not tight.